All right, so I guess as most of you know by now, and those of you who are with me here right now, the henchmen, the show is kind of, let's be honest, it's falling off, right?
Yeah.
It's over. I mean, it's been kind of over. There's barely any shows
Writing's on the
happening.
wall.
Writing's on the wall. It's all downhill from here. And that's if we're lucky, actually. If you're not aware, man, what was it? Almost, we're getting close to 3 months ago now. Our website, the Pizza Fund, which is what allows PodAwful to exist, it's basically our Patreon, was once again, for like the 4th or 5th time in PodAwful history, under attack. Somebody tried to get my entire livelihood taken from me. And there's a lot of people out there who don't believe that this is the way that I live. This is how I feed my family, all this stuff. I got to be real with you. I'm just going to level with you and be straightforward, because there's a lot of hungry mouths on the line here. It's not just about me. It's not just about my family. You know, I employ a lot of henchmen here as well. Mm-hmm. And a moon base is a hard thing to keep running. These are the facts. Over the past few months, I've probably lost more money with the Pizza Fund being down and us trying to get everything back together than the people who have sought to destroy me have made ever in their entire online careers. So the basic end result of this is, and I actually went live on Kick the other day. Shout out to the Kick guys. Hi, freaks over there on Kick right now, just sitting there, 4 guys all circle jerking each other, masturbating, doing one of these, just looking at each other, just talking to each other in chat, going, whoo. Anyway, I went over there live to, put a little spring up their shorts, and I talked about this pretty frankly. I said what was really going on. You know, I'm hurting. It's painful what's going on right now. Economically, for, you know, if I'm to pull a Mersh ball on you here for a second, you know, he always likes to say, like, hey, listen, it's tough out there for everybody. That's why I'm broke, because I'm a degenerate gambler. Hey, everybody's a degenerate gambler right now, you know? It's tough times. Back on Adderall, whatever. You know, I haven't done a ton of shows. There's no Pizza Fund. This is totally reasonable. I'm not in any way complaining about what's happening here. This just is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Profound.
But at the end of the day,
what's going on here is, and I'm not asking for anybody to cry over this, but I got to get a real job. Okay, I do.
And a whale.
Or a whale. I could also use a whale, but I'm not one of these people that's going to sit idly by and do nothing when things are going wrong. I'm not, one of these degenerate internet freaks who thinks they can suckle off the teat of, big mommy internet or whatever forever. It really takes a sick, twisted, poop-covered individual to think that they are just allowed to take advantage of people out there, people with money, just fully take advantage of them and live off of them and suckle off of them and be a barnacle to those people. And then, by the way, to suck them dry of their money and then go back to wherever the fuck they came from like nothing ever happened. So here's the deal, okay? Like I said, I announced recently on the show, on the Father's Day episode, I've got another kid coming. I got to be able to feed this kid. So I'm doing what the commenters have suggested I do for the past 10 years. 16 years, really. I'm getting a real job. You guys said it. Hey, okay? You can't be mad at me. Now, you've been telling me for years, Jesse, get a job. You suck. This blows. And I go, nah, trust me, I got this. I'll figure it out. Eventually I'll be good, I swear. And I thought I was getting good. Even people who hate me started saying like, this Jesse guy can be funny every once in a while. We'll check that out a little bit later in this episode. But I realize it's time. I have to become a stupid, disgusting pleb like the rest of you. Like you freaks who watch this. Like you shit-eating retards who hate the show. I have to get a real job. Now, you guys know this. I have my job for the past 16, or for the past 16 years I've been doing PodAwful. For the past a little over a decade, PodAwful has been my only job. And in that time, I've had the hardest job on earth, which is, of course, being a streamer and a show guy, an internet show guy. And I hear you laughing at that, but
no, it's a hard job.
I'm 100% serious. I've always taken offense to this whole real job thing. It's a load of hooey as far as I'm concerned, this whole real job thing, because as far as I'm concerned, the only real job actually is being a streamer or an internet guy. Everything else is the fake thing. Everything else is what are we even pretending is going on? So I have to get one of your silly, I'm an adult and need to be babysat, busy work type retard jobs. The hardest thing on earth is look, you go to, I've been jealous of you guys for a long time. I'm not even kidding when I say this. For a long time, I've been extremely jealous because you wake up in the morning, you know exactly where you're going, what you're doing for a handful of measly hours a day. You do nothing. You just do nothing all day. You send an email maybe, and then you go to lunch, and then you get to go home. I don't ever get to go home all day, every day, to the detriment of my family, to the detriment of my kids' childhoods. I am doing PodAwful, okay? 100% of my time is spent thinking, being a creative is the hardest thing ever because you're just constantly having to create and think. And this is something, I say this and it falls on deaf ears because you guys are too stupid to even understand it. But that's why I'm so jealous of you guys, is I've always wanted to be able to go home. I've always wanted it to be so easy where, like, oh, tax time comes around. Oh, daddy boss man gave me all my paperwork here. Look, I have a W-2. Here you go, the government. And then it's just that easy. And then you get money back at the end of the year. You think you got rewarded. This is how dumb you are. You think you got money. Like that was money you were giving away for no reason all year long. I have to do math every year. It's a real hassle. It's been a real crying shame for me this entire time. And frankly, for a long time now, I've been in the back of my mind considering, like, wouldn't it be crazy if I just went and got like some idiot job where you sit in an office all day, you work with a computer, and then I go, wait, I'm working with a computer right now. What the fuck? What is this whole real job thing? Now I'm in dire straits. Okay, I need the money. This is something that some of you guys don't understand at all. The henchmen, Dirk, you don't understand. You don't have a real job. You haven't had a job ever, I think, right?
No, I did before I joined the Navy.
Well, the Navy, though, that's like a big... Isn't it crazy? So here's the thing. Dirk joined the Navy, and now he's trying to get back into the job market right after he's done smoking a little bit here. Okay, he's going to smoke a little, and then he's thinking about getting a job again. It'll just take another 6 months, Dad. And... so isn't it crazy, though, that he's going to be able to turn in a resume? How long were you in the Navy?
8 years.
8 years. So, okay. So I did PodAwful for 10 years. You did Navy 8 years. You're going to have an 8-year gap in your resume of job, and no one's going to question it because you get to write Navy. Meanwhile, I've got a 10-year gap of hardest job ever. I can't even put it on a resume. I'll never get hired anywhere. I'm unhireable. I have to change my name in order to do this. So I've been thinking about this stuff more and more. I realize it's time. It's time to grow up, get a real job like everybody's been telling me to do, and become one of the unwashed masses out there, the hoi polloi, like you losers, and get a real job. And the way I'm planning to do that, the way I'm going to do it, is through a website called jobs.now, because I will be stealing the job from an Indian guy.
Get a job.
Hi, welcome everybody to the program. I'm your host, Jesse PS. This is the final episode of PODAWFUL. Happy to be here. Sorry. H1B to BH, I guess. Anyway,
right.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Someone said, "Oh, Lenny's here. Hi, Lenny.
Hey,
What's up, man?"
I've just been updating my resume.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough out there, right? You guys, I saw henchmen are getting scared out there. They're like, somebody even said, we don't even have a ride back from the moon. What do we do in this scenario? We're live over at podawful.tv. We got the chat room going on. SAR, do not apply, SAR. They're saying in the chat room, let's go, SAR, please. SAR. Redeem, SAR. Let's just say it now so that we can get it out of the way. Redeem, SAR. Okay, those are the jokes. So hit like. This is our final episode ever, and then I just I'm going to, live on the show tonight, by the way, apply for a new job, and I will be taking all of my time and expertise tonight to do that. Okay, we're going to check out jobs.now. If you're not familiar with jobs.now, I learned this from friend of the show, Flesh Simulator. He put out an amazing video about this.
I saw that video.
Saw that?
Ruled.
We'll watch a little bit. I'm not going to play the whole thing because I don't want to steal his views on this. This isn't Nightwave. But it is where I learned about it, and I've been following their Twitter account now ever since. I've been looking into this. It's been a really fun time. It is fucked up. Everybody understood. We've been talking H1B all year long on the show. We already understood how dire these straits are when it comes to what's going on in the job market and everything. I don't think I fully understood it, though. I don't think I realized just how bad it is. And this website, jobs.now, is an incredible tool. Like, this is what they're doing. This is the kind of stuff we need to be doing out there, folks. This is the kind of action you need to take online in order to disrupt what's going on and to accelerate misbehavior.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
Now, I realized, though, we're going to have a little bit of an issue here. I don't know how this happened. I realized as we began the program tonight that I think my screens are messed up. This doesn't appear to be working properly. I don't know where this is going or what's happening right now. Okay, hang on.
The thumbs up.
Can we get an Indian guy to fix it?
Yeah, we're going to have to figure this out here live. Unfortunately, we might need an engine to do it. Let me just try something here. I just want to see something. Is this, nope, that didn't do anything. Okay, scary. And then what about that did? All right, so I think I know what's happening now. For some reason, I've got two screens that are supposed to mirror each other, and now they aren't. And I'm now realizing exactly why that is happening. This is going to be painful. This is going to suck, but
Hey, a guy in the chat said he could fix it.
What's his name?
I don't know. Read it.
I'm in the middle of doing something right now.
Is that a poo?
Ray?
It's a poo filled upper pants.
Wow, it's a poo.
A poo Phil Dupper Pants said something in chat.
Yeah, Mr.
Said he
Dupper
can
Pants.
fix it.
So,
Thank you, Mr. Dupper Pants. I think we might have even fixed the issue here. If I just okay, there's still some. There's still
a shit up under a binder.
What is it?
A sheet of binder.
A sheet of binder.
A sheet of binder.
I don't know why.
What was the one we came up with last night?
Oh man, there's a bunch. Ray came up with a bunch of them. I don't remember now.
yeah, Abu B Squeezer.
Okay, yeah, Abu B Squeezer. Okay, so anyway, thank you to everybody in chat trying to help out. Thank you to Apu Phil Dupper Pants. I think I actually have it fixed now. I think everything is going to work and we should be good. All right, so sorry about that right at the top of the show. That was my fault. Let's check out Flesh Simulator's video here. This is how I found out about it. And hopefully, live onto the show tonight, I can figure out a new job to have based on this. This video is called Big Tech is About to Have a Big Problem. Go watch the full thing. Flesh Simulator. Here's the apropos part.
Where do we go from here? Well, obviously, we need to keep up pressure on our elected officials to curtail this practice. However, one big thing that can be done, and actually the reason that I'm making this video, has been made available via a website called jobs.now. Bear with me, because this gets kind of complicated. So to my understanding, the system itself works basically like this. Companies have positions that they currently have filled with an H-1B worker.
This is important. All right, you're going to start doing that Saving Private Ryan tuning out thing, not because of Flesh Simulator, but because you're hearing numbers and bureaucracy and things. This is actually very important. Really pay attention to this because there's a lot of people out there getting this wrong. I had it wrong. I didn't know how this worked properly either. It's way more sinister than you think when you really pay attention.
This. Companies have positions that they currently have filled with an H-1B worker.
That part, see, this is the most important part. So we're going to be talking about jobs that the H-1Bs are filling, right? And everybody thinks the H-1B is the problem. Well, guess what? The H-1Bs already in America, they already have the job. This is the part that everyone's going to miss out on.
When a company wants to keep an H-1B employee, they file something called a PERM, or Permanent Employment Certification. This is something that issues a green card to an H-1B employee to allow them to maintain their position indefinitely. Now, part of the criteria for being granted this certificate is for the employer to demonstrate that there is no qualified American applicant who can fill this position. The way that this is done is usually by listing the job as an opening that people can apply for. However, because the goal is to prevent Americans from applying, it works the exact same way as listing the H-1B jobs. Typically via a confusing ad on a local, very low circulation, ideally foreign language newspaper. Once the inevitable zero qualified applicants for American citizens rolls in, they're free to proceed.
Ideally foreign language, by the way.
Excuse me?
So I've been, of course, looking into this jobs.now thing. They're posting stuff. They've got a Twitter account. It's a great follow. Follow it. They've been posting stuff where like people are going through and finding these ads and applying to them. And the email address for you to send in your resume is immigration@meta.com. Not employment, immigration. Hey, free green card at shitretardfreakfactory.biz.
What jobs.now does, however, is scrub the labor board filings for where these listings are publicly disclosed and collate them into the format of a regular job site. If any qualified American citizen applies to one of these jobs, it absolutely catastrophically fucks up the PERM application. Now, there's actually an opening, because the right to overstay the visa is contingent upon there not being any Americans capable of filling the position. And because the perm applications are typically only filed at the end of the visa period, this generally results in the application's denial and the position opening for real.
Now, that's assuming that they do it all the right way and they follow the law. You can't really assume that. But in the ideal world here, what's happening is there's an Indian guy. Okay, let's just be real about who it's H1B. It's an Indian. Now, we've discussed this at length, and Flesh Simulator actually gets into this in his own way in his video. But you got to remember, these Indian guys, they're slaves. And why are they slaves? Because they couldn't afford Chinese people. Yes. Yeah. Woo! So they were looking for Chinese slaves, couldn't get them. So they went with Indian. Why'd they go with Indian? Because they haven't perfected robot slaves, clankers. They're looking for clankers. They're looking for Shlobo. Okay? Copper veins, they're calling them.
I haven't heard that one before.
That's because I made it up. Should we go through my list?
we just
Yeah.
I mean, we've reviewed the list, and Shlobo wasn't on there.
Shlobo was
but
my
that is
favorite one.
amazing.
No, Shlobo was on there. That's my favorite one. So I was talking to Faceless about this. You know, by the way, I want to be clear about something. I was so embarrassed to do this. I was on Twitter the other day having a psychedelic freak out dark future argument with Grok. I want people to understand I was doing it facetiously. Like, I did not think I was really talking to something. I'm fully aware that the bolt cruncher doesn't think and I'm talking to an automated robot. I was doing it so that I could use a few of the slurs. We love the slurs, people. So everybody's been doing robot and AI slurs recently. I was talking to Faceless about this. He had started collecting some of them. He's got a list here. Clanker, wireback. First time I heard wireback was from Flesh Simulator, by the way. Is my audio really shitty, or is this just my earbud?
Nope, you're
good.
Coming through clear to me.
All right, I'm getting
Crystal.
a little static in one side. So wireback, which I love, rust bucket, oil slurper, bolt picker, battery eater. This is a strange one, but I've seen it out there. All Borg, noGanic. Bolt crunchers, tin skin, copper veined, Sparky. Now, they've been spelling it with a Y every time I see this. It should be an IE, okay? Just a little stylistic guideline out there for everybody. Start doing it. They're Sparkies with an IE, okay? Gear grinder and Chromie. Now, I was reading his list. I was going, I can do better than this, you know? No, I don't know if Faceless came up with some of these. I've seen some of these out and about, so I don't know if this was like, some parallel thinking going on or whatever, but I have seen these now since then. Maybe he put them out there. I don't know. But I was like, slur plus robot. I got this, buddy. So I started coming up with some of my own. You want to hear them? We've been talking a lot of AI lately on the show. This has been H1Bs and AI have been sort of a theme of this season. So here's my personal slurs. And again, I was having an argument with Grok just so I could call Grok these slurs on Twitter. And you're allowed to, there's no legislation. There's no YouTube rules against this. Okay? Not yet.
It's true.
Not yet. They're going to be angrier about the H1B stuff than this. So, board monkey. Okay? Zook with an X at the beginning. Zook. All right. Blipper head.
Like it.
Yeah. All right. Beep boops. That's sort of a ching chong kind of a beep boop. It's the way they talk, Now I don't know what this is supposed to sound like. Recycling dodger.
Yeah.
Okay. Shiner. Fine. And then my favorite as well as Lenny's apparently Schlobo.
Yes.
I got one. P3DO.
What is it?
P3DO.
P3DO? What the fuck does that? Oh, like pedo?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's a slur. You're just calling a robot a pedophile. This is the thing. We were trying to come up with these in voice chat the other night. And some people people don't. It's hard to figure out. Like, it's very easy to forget you're trying to do a slur. This should be a racial, if a robot or an AI is a race, slur. It's very easy to mess this up. Schlobo. By the way, feel free to use any of these, all right? I'm public domain. It's like the Goon Alarm, people. It no longer belongs to me. Unfortunately, it's just not even my thing anymore. So these are out there for you. Here's another one I liked a lot. Mongodroid. MONGO. Mongodroid.
I really like that.
Thank you so much, Lenny. And I love you for saying that. Scrapper. Beeper. All right, here it goes. Slag it.
Yes.
All right, now we're going to get really crazy with it. You ready?
Yeah.
Moon sprocket. All right, moon sprocket. Now this one might be a little, I don't know if people are familiar enough with their history of slurs to understand this one. I've got friend of touring. Okay, so they used to, back in the day when you were talking about a gay guy, you wouldn't say, oh, he's a gay guy, he's a homosexual. You'd have to tap dance around it. In polite society, you don't talk about these sorts of things. So they would call them friends of Dorothy. Okay.
Oof.
So originally I came up with friend of Asimov, which seemed to make sense to me. But then I realized the computer guy, also a gay guy, Alan Turing, friend of Turing. Okay. Friend of Turing, Turing. Use it. Doesn't matter if people get it. Just use it. Sludge packer. It's not really robot-y, but it's in the ballpark. It's good enough. Bolt
That's
pirate.
not a slur.
A lot of mine ended up being gay ones. By the way, I don't know what happened. Bolt packer. Bolt pirate. Could also be bot pirate. Have the same effect on it.
Pretty close, yeah.
Slaghead. Conveyor jockey. Okay. Just made in China is one. Kind of, that's a double, by the way. That's a twofer. You're getting some extra juice out of that one. Steel bone. And gray skin. Faceless then says, 13% of the bots commit over 50% of the hacks. To that. I said, well, we must secure the existence of actual people in a future for human children. Which, by the way, still is the same message as the original version of those 14. But I might put that one on a shirt. Skin jobs. That one was Lenny, I think. And then we were saying
skin job is a
that's from
Blade Runner.
Blade
term.
Runner, right? And then here's a really good one for people who have you seen. By the way, has everybody seen that people are now falling in love with AIs and they're calling what is it? They're wireborn wives and boyfriends and stuff. Well, you know what I say to that?
Urquhart ran into one of those.
Here's what I say to that. No chromo. Okay. Not in my neighborhood. Not in my neighborhood. Chip for brains was another one.
That was mine.
Yep. Okay. So then we came up with a bunch for people who fuck robots, like the wireborn people. Number cruncher.
That one was good.
Robosexual. That's from Futurama, but you got to put it in there. Gear queer.
That's a good one.
Piston lover. Nutsucker Volt Burner is a really, really good one, actually. Volt Burner. Being interested in a little smooth trade.
Yikes.
You know how women are always like the first people to be, you know, they want to welcome the refugees and they want to let everybody be a part.
Oh, yeah.
Frag hag.
That's good. That's good.
Wrench wench. Servophilia, they're calling it.
Good one.
Okay.
That's good.
Binary people. That's like alphabet people, or you know how sometimes they'll say alphabet people. Hacking for the other team.
That works.
Here's one. Here's just some, this might be some robot terms themselves. Robotum and clink instead of twink. Okay. And then at the very end, I threw in, here's two more, a little cherry on top for your Sunday here. You've got Gollycog and Samborg. All right, there you go. Those are your terms, everybody.
Nice.
So when you're dealing with the inevitable dark future that we're all in. I mean, we're 40 minutes into the dark future at this point. Prompt gobbler, someone says in chat. Nice. Prompt gobbler is pretty good. I like that one a lot, actually. Rape ape? See, some people don't get it. What is that? Rape ape? Where did that come from? Code switcher. I like that one. That's
that's a good one. Yeah.
That's great. That's a really good one. Clanker. Yeah, we know clanker. That's the first one. That's the C word. That's the, you know, that's the worst one there is. Although I'm vying to make get, which one was it? Beeper.
Flag it.
Well, slag it for sure, but beeper in there as well. I like beeper. I don't know. It's just something simple and nice about it, or, you know, because that's the thing. For all you know, like the N word, the worst word, right? We all agree the absolute scariest, grossest thing you could ever say.
It's scary.
It is scary. It's scary.
I don't want to touch it.
I don't. But so back in the day, though, when they first started saying that, maybe that was cute. You know, like maybe they were like maybe that was like a term of endearment, like for real, not the way black people do it now, but like they were like, oh my gosh, look at that little, and then they thought that was like the cutest thing ever. Beeper, I feel like could be that. Imagine 200 years in the future saying beeper is like the worst thing ever. No one will do it. All right.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Jews will put bombs in them.
Okay. Let's keep the Schlobo talk to a minimum. All right. So back to jobs.now and Flush Simulator's video here.
Now, here's the kicker. If once this position is open, you aren't hired despite being a qualified applicant, and they issue another H-1B visa despite having a qualified American applicant on file, this opens these companies up to a slam dunk lawsuit and them getting into an extraordinary amount of trouble.
So again, yeah, in the perfect world, you apply for this thing, you have now not just eliminated the position being available for the H-1B guy, you've sent him home.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a pretty powerful, incredible thing. And you have that power right now. And if they don't do it, you can sue them for money. And it's a slam dunk case. It's like you win. You just win. They might as well just be handing it to you. They will probably settle in order to get rid of it. But how many times can they settle before things have to change with this?
So, if you're an American college student graduating into the absolutely brutal tech job market, do your part and start applying. This is a practice that harms everyone here except for the owners of tech companies who want employees that they can work twice as hard for half as much money. And
so I check out, thank you to Flesh Simulator, I check out jobs.now. And it is an incredible website. We're going to get into that in just a second here. before we do, I mentioned at the top of the show, part of my reasoning for wanting to keep the show going and not getting this real job, I had to really weigh out this decision if I was going to do this or not. I don't know if you guys remember this, but last episode I was viral. Do you remember that? I was viral.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I'm sort of a viral kind of.
I'm a killer gorilla.
So
Sensation.
I got viral, which is no big deal. It's like whatever. I mean, it's pretty cool. Doesn't translate to views in any way for the show. But what it does translate to, when people are co-signing, when they're saying they like this, it makes even your enemies have to concede that maybe, perhaps, you can be funny. I'm not saying this person is my enemy. Baby voice Josh Moon from Kiwi Farms, who has never once been able to mention me. And by the way, will only mention me basically at gunpoint. And when I have been forced down his throat so hard by being a part of the larger internet world that he is unable to dance around me anymore. All of Kiwi Farms does this, by the way. Every time he does get forced to mention me, he has to say, like, I hate this guy. He prefaces it every time. And there's a certain corner of the internet that has to do this. They cannot talk about Jesse or PodAWFUL without saying, like, making sure everybody else knows, oh, by the way, this guy stinks. Right. I mean, he was funny this time. Do you know how many times I've seen this guy and all of his guys say he was funny this time, but it's kind of sad. I don't ever hear them talk about the times I wasn't, by the way. I haven't heard any examples yet. So here's another example of a time I was funny. It was the last episode of the show. How convenient.
His commentary about the state of gun control and mental health in the United States. Apparently, his parents consented to this. So I don't know if Jim Acosta is like paying them out the.
So we were talking about, speaking of the AI, the clinker scenarios here. We were talking about the Jim Acosta interview with an AI victim. Okay. And then I had my own little interview. And again, I have to preface this by saying we do not condone or support any acts of terrorism, we do not make fun of any victims of any tragedies ever. And all views expressed in this episode are to shine a light on and satirize the more modern horrors of the earth, including AI technology and the hell with which they have wrought upon us. So, with that, check this out.
Like, what? How much do you have to pay a parent to let you necromance their son using a computer?
Please do not romance anyone's neck, anybody's son's neck. That is a creepy thing to even say.
It doesn't. It's actually really embarrassing. However, to the credit of a certain guy, I forget his name, Jesse.
You forget my name.
Right.
Number one, I'm in your show notes. You watched you had to save this to you've got a list ready to go. I hate this guy. I don't even remember him. That's not possible. You can't both hate me and not even know my name, and also it is right in front of you. He will always say Jesse. He refuses to say PodAWFUL, even though it's on screen. He won't say PodAWFUL. He says Jesse, because then that way you can't Google how to watch the show or anything like that.
Embarrassing. However,
by the way, this is fear. This is just a form of fear of a man. So I'm a silly goofball who's got to go get a 9-to-5 now. And you're deathly afraid of me to the point that you pretend like you don't remember your own show note.
However, to the credit of a certain guy, I forget his name, Jesse. That's it.
Come on.
Jesse decided that he would conduct
Jesse, just Jesse. The internet's Jesse. It's me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. That's mine now. I'm Jesse. I'm the one Jesse. Everybody, other Jessies. There's Jesse Lee Peterson there. Is there even another Jesse? I don't know.
Mr. Burgers.
They're Mr.
Jesse Ventura.
Burgers. Jesse, yeah,
You're the new Jim.
I'm Jim. Yeah, that's true. Is he at peace?
No.
Is he finally at peace?
I think he's still, what do they call it? Convalescing.
He's been convalescing for fucking 5 years. Get on it. Yeah, nobody can decide whether or not he's gone or not. Well, that was a big problem too. He was not, I guess his hats weren't selling too good. This is the whole reason people think he's dead, is because his wife had to send out an email going, we weren't selling too many of them hats. Maybe somebody else needs to go get a job. Okay. By the way, I will be legal. I decided this the other day. I'm legally changing my last name to O'Shaughnessy.
Very Irish.
It's open. It's open. It's available. Nobody's using it. I want to hear Ethan Ralph. I want to hear Ethan Ralph say he changed his name to the name that his daddy gave another guy or something like that. I don't know how the phrase goes. What were you going to say?
They're going to start sending you potatoes. Watch out.
Well, I'm a hat guy now. I don't even have my hat. I sell hats now. So I'm a hat guy now, and we will be selling, once it's officially confirmed, once Jade has gotten back to my written requests for clarity on this issue of whether or not her husband is with us or not. Once we've got official confirmation, I will be selling, and I don't call him Jim because he's not Jim. I'm Jesse. He's Medicare to me. Sorry. But I will be selling Medicare hats. And mine will be 5 full stars. I'm not going to fucking jip you the way he's been jipping people for years on this whole star thing. So I might even throw a 6th star on there. By the way, I might do the Star of David for all of them. Actually, 6 points. I'm going to give you your fucking money's worth for sure on these Medicare. And they will be called Medicare hats on the site. But I'm a hat guy now. I sell hats, awful.tech. If you want to buy one of my hats or one of my shirts, awful.tech, go check it out. Brand new site. It's beautiful. It's going great. Thank you to everybody who's been purchasing. Grab yourself a capsule. So, yeah, I'm now Jesse. And everybody's just the friend of me. They know me. We're friends. We're the same guy. And we're part of the same world, you and me. We'll be working together soon. I'll be working at your job. Okay, so which I assume is cleaning out the cum trap inside the show world in Times Square. Jared.
That's me.
Fully yorked over here. So anyway.
Due diligence of any interviewer, any member of the press, he decided to interview the opposition, which would of course be Adam Lanza. So using the wonders of AI in this instance, Jesse managed to score this awesome interview with Adam Lanza about what he thinks.
Adam, I would like to know what your solution would be. By the way, I wanted to say, like, he was paused on that video so long there. I want to say I guess when I went to record this video, I saw the face that Adam Lanza was making in the picture where he's like this. And so I'm doing this now. I'm going. So the video starts with me like doing this weird fucking turtle mouth, like I'm the master of disguise or something. Yeah. So I just want to address that I'm fully aware that looks bizarre. It's not my normal corporeal being or anything. I think I was just subconsciously Lanza-ing. Yep. Which is a thing, by the way, that a neighbor of his did a few years after his big action, and he went a little hog wild out there as well. Don't look into that. There's nothing to think about when it comes to that. And you should not question how unlikely such a scenario is. Guy lived 7 doors down, same street. Also did a little rootin' tootin' of his own. Anyway, for gun violence.
Great question, Jesse. By the way, big fan.
Thank you, sir.
My solution would be to stop giving children SSRIs. Perhaps if we just ask the intelligence community to stop, they will. Probably not, though.
I released, by the way, as a full clip, the full version of this where I talk to everybody.
Very good. Sometimes I still don't like Jesse, but every so often
You don't even remember me. What do you mean you don't like me? What don't you like?
he gets me. That's really funny. That's really clever. That's like
Here's the trick. I'll let you in on a little secret, Josh. Okay, this is for all the Kiwi fellows and anybody out there. Is you don't watch the show, so you don't know. It's actually I'm not even kidding. It's always really, really funny, and any sort of little off-putting mannerisms I have for you, that's because you're not used to, like, you know, a guy doing a show or you want me to sit here with no video hiding. You want me to hide like you, and you want me to quiver. Oh, so here's the thing I saw on the internet. Let me couch this in 12 terms so that I can make sure that you don't think I'm bad for liking something. I'm like an actual normal guy. I'm getting a normal job here soon. So, you know, you're not used to seeing something like that. If you watch the show all the time, you'd be like, oh, this is totally chill. I think this is awesome. And it's always funny. And then the reason you think that it sucks, the Kiwi farmers hate it. The only time they ever see the show is either when I go a little viral or when I'm making fun of something they love. Who would have thought? They're getting mad at that. By the way, don't clip me talking about the death of Jim, because they're going to go, there he goes. He fucked it up again. There's Jesse. Not funny again. It's like when you've got, you know, when there's like a lady who has no issue at all with any slurs. You could say whatever you want. You can talk about Shlobo all day around her. But she's got a cousin who's got cerebral palsy. So if you say retard, she loses it.
Yeah.
That's Kiwi farmers. That's what's going on with it. That you say something about they've got 3 or 4 guys left in them that they like. And you say something even a little bit off the narrative about any of them. By the way, the whole Josh Moon thing is because I'm the only guy for the first 6-7 years making fun of Dick Masterson. And he was getting paid by Dick Masterson. Be real. Be honest about it. I don't even care, okay? Just be honest about it. You don't think I'm not funny. You don't hate me. That's a crazy thing that you hate me. You don't even know me. I bet we could be best friends, you and me, Josh. Listen, I can pretend to fly to Serbia or wherever it is you live. We can hang out. You get to know me. We'll be the best of friends, all right? I won't take any pictures. No one will know how big you are now. I know in my head because the pictures you use of yourself are all 10 years old. But I won't reveal any of your secrets. Your secrets are safe with me. We'll be best friends. You hate me. You don't know me. Be real. Explain to your audience your hatred for me is because I made fun of the guy who was paying your bills. That's it. That's where it all comes from. And keep in mind, that was on a stream that included Ethan Ralph, a guy he hates. It included Mr. Medicare, a guy who now even Josh now makes fun of Mr. Medicare. I don't know if you've seen, like, the tide has turned. All the guys I've been making fun of forever now, Nick Rekieta, all these people, they're all, they're public. These are fair game now. What
the
about me?
Keyword is was, right?
Huh?
Keyword is was. He was paying the bills.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's not anymore, and so now everything is okay. He doesn't like Dick, and now Dick's a pedophile. He was always a pedophile. Okay, so anyway, just a fun little update. Isn't it interesting? You get a little heat, you go a little viral, all of a sudden you're good now. No. I'm still bad. I'm still not funny. I'm the same guy as before. That shit, I do that every episode. So either you love what I do or you have brain damage. And now suddenly you think Pod Awful is good and it's a bad show, actually.
Yeah, right.
You ever think about that? So anyway, what a fucking thing were we talking about for you dumb idiots who want to see some shit happen or something? I'm wasting your time. Oh, jobs.now. So jobs.now, an amazing website. We give these guys a lot of love. Jobs.now is incredible. What is their Twitter, by the way? I want you guys following them as well. Their Twitter is @JobsNowPR. @JobsNowPR. In fact, tag them in this. I think I'm streaming this on Twitter right now. I'm just giving that a shot. Tag them @JobsNowPR. Let them know. We give them the thumbs up. I want you to go there. I want you to donate to them. These guys make no money doing this website. So this is one of those few times where a donation thing is not a scam. This isn't a grift. What they're doing here is amazing. They make no money off of this. And this is the type of website that we love. This is the disruption. This is the mayhem, the mischief, and the misbehavior I want to see on the internet. This is what it's all
I've been
about.
applying like crazy.
Have you? Okay, so this is what I want. I want everybody doing this.
Friend
okay.
of the show brought this to my attention.
Flesh Simulator. Yeah, we were talking about him.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, that's how I found about it. We were talking about him at the beginning. Paul, you just joined. So jobs.now, I want, if you're a true patriot, and you know this is a true patriot website because there's an American flag in the background. Folks, by the way, if you're not an American, I want you applying for these jobs but not actually trying to take them. I want you lying and saying that you're an American, putting it on your resume that you are an American, and applying for these. This is disruption. Isn't this fascinating? Look at this. So they're listing jobs by category, and they got 25 accounting jobs, 73 finance, fucking 389 engineering jobs. Huh? What's it about engineering? What is that?
Wait a minute. Who's been building those bridges, Jesse?
Wait a second. Engineer. That's the real N-word, by the way. The engineer. So they've got all the big companies, Meta, that's Facebook, Instagram. They've been sued for this, by the way, in the past. They've already been hit with lawsuits and had to settle over this sort of thing. So absolutely go through there. I figure I will find one. You can browse by location. Now, here's the incredible thing. Some of you guys out there are real plebs where you are dying and need an actual job for real. And this isn't just like a fuck around, prank. You can really try to get a job off of this, and you might force a company into a real bad situation where they have to hire you, and it's going to be the worst job you've ever had, but they're going to sign you on. Here's what I'm really, really trying to do is I'm trying to get a job for where I've got a guaranteed amount, they're signing me on, and I basically do nothing. I don't show up to work even. I don't produce anything, and just get paid for it for as long as possible and become the lazy American that everybody's been telling you refuses to do these jobs. Now, just to be clear, once again, when they're saying nobody wants to work, nobody wants to have these jobs are being posted in foreign languages. These jobs are being posted where the only way to apply is by facsimile machine. These jobs, good luck. Where are you going to go? Travel time.
Well,
it would be
how to do that, Jesse.
It would be easier for you to apply if you had a time machine than a fax machine. So, we know how to do that, but those faxes don't go anywhere anymore. So nobody's got a fax machine. These jobs I've seen people posting, replying to jobs.now saying, I applied to such and such a job. You got these jobs listed on there. And by the way, I feel like some of the people that are doing this now, they're not in on it. They somehow just stumbled across this website because it's got a great name, jobs.now. They're just trying to find a job, and they think it's like jobs.now is the one that is like putting these up there, and they're going, hey, your links are broken. You know, hey, nothing goes through when you email this thing. What gives? Your website's fucked up. And what's really happening is they're posting the legitimate listings for these jobs. They're finding them, searching, scouring the web and all of the places where these guys hide these listings. Literally hidden. Places you will never find them. No SEO is ever going to crawl these things. Nothing. And these people are putting email addresses for you to send your resume in that go to nothing, that go to a spam folder at best, that are just a broken link. They're putting fake links in there to prevent you from applying so that they can give a green card to a guy. But these H-1Bs, again, they're already in the country. They are already have the job. They've already been working there, sometimes for up to a year. The H-1B, as big of a problem as that is, they already got in. That's the easiest part. Now's the part. This is the part where you stop them from permanently residing and permanently keeping these jobs. Oh my God, Urquit.
I'm sorry.
Lord
I
have
unmuted to do
mercy. What the fuck was that?
It was a cough.
Urquit, I hate to do this on an episode like this, but you are fired.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, thank you, man. And by the way, Dirk, let's talk about your performance here for a second. If we can do a little performance review. I was going to bring this up. So last episode of the show, you tried to not, I don't know if you guys know, but Dirk is the co-host of PodAwful. He hasn't really been talking a lot this episode, so I feel like maybe I should be hiring an H-1B to replace him right now. Not that I want to hear Darf.
No, sir.
Yeah, okay, we did. Redeem. We got it. Dirk tried to not show up for the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I'm sick. Blah, 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 blah. Then he kept coming back into Discord after that. He wasn't sick at all any other time. Now tonight, he didn't even show up at all in Discord. He knew he was so trying to avoid being here. What was your excuse?
I just wanted to watch the show. I didn't want to be on.
No. We don't do that. This is your job. This is your job. We don't do that around here. There's no just watching the show. You're involved. Okay, you're a henchman. Do you not understand what henchman means?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
hey,
true.
can you? All right, so listen, man. I've been training you up to take over the show for when I finally have to stop.
I know.
Do you want PodAwful to keep going?
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
No, I want PodAwful to keep going.
Guess what? I'm getting a real job, so it's now your show. So he tried to get
the next show.
He tried to get out of this. I'm not kidding. We start tagging him to get in right before the show. We're like, "Where's Dirk? Where's Dirk?" He shows up. He goes, "I'm not joking." He went, what guys? We talked to him yesterday. He was fine.
Yeah.
I need a doctor's note, and I'm not kidding. Okay? The goo must flow. If you're trying to get out of work, I'm going to need 3 different doctors. I'm going to need a second opinion and a third opinion.
Jesse, you should request a civilian doctor's note instead of one of these, military doctors.
Well, he was dishonorably discharged. I don't think we have to worry about that.
No, the fuck I wasn't.
What do you mean?
Oh, I have an honorable discharge.
Let's see that DD-214.
I'm not showing you that shit.
What honor could you possibly have bestowed upon you? I mean, Jesus
cooked
Christ.
For Israel.
I'm not joking. I watched Dirk. He was a cook for the Navy, which means, by the way, And I saw him live on a Discord call.
It's just a salt life, man.
Salt life, baby.
Jared, salt life.
Not Jared. Jared doesn't know about salt life. When he says salt life, he means pouring a whole thing of salt into a dish he has no idea how to cook.
That's true.
I saw him live in a Discord call one time. He was cooking up for the mess hall or whatever. He showed the floor. It's a pile of dead roaches next to him. A pile of them. You should be thanking me for giving you the opportunity to become the new host and face of Pod Awful. Anyway, you're trying this comedy shaman bit.
You.
I've brought you up to the big leagues. Okay?
You did.
Yeah. So maybe a little thanks or something, right? Maybe show up for work. All right. Speaking of work, jobs.now. Let's look at some engineering jobs here. What do we got? Senior product engineer. Now, I did notice that one of the first things I looked for was, do they have YouTube jobs on here? Because remember, I did this a lot. Remember when I found the YouTube jobs board like a year ago, and I went through and I tried applying to become one of the content, like the people who review content and decide whether or not your videos get taken down. Every one of them was listed in Mumbai or Chaharabad or something like that. So they don't have any YouTube on here. At least last I looked. Maybe they do now. Ooh, Adobe. You could work for Adobe. $201.71K a year. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I might have to log my application in here. IT professional, software engineer for Lyft. You could work for the rideshare company. We could really get some henchmen on the inside then. AT&T. These are some fucking good jobs. And again, every single one of these is either posted on a page on their website that links to nothing. There's no way to find it. I'm not kidding. That's literally what they're doing. Or they're like being purposefully opaque about how they source these job things so that, the companies don't know how they're finding it. And I think they've got automated systems in place now. I will be donating, by the way, to this. I love this. This is so amazing. I want more people doing shit like this. We got data science, all sorts of stuff. You can look it up by anything. You can go by location. Jared, you're a fully Yorked type of guy. Let's look at New York City here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I could become a senior project management specialist in Port Chester, New York. Wow. I could be the vice president of Morgan Stanley.
That's impressive.
Wow. For the vice president of Strats. Okay. Vice president of Strats. But still pretty good.
Sounds cool. Leave that Strats off.
So some people are replying to jobs.now and saying, you're not going to believe this, but I know someone, or I work for such and such company that you've got on there. And so internally at work, we have no way of personally seeing these listings at our job. We had no idea these things were up. Which, job used to be that they would hire from within first.
Hey,
right?
Can I, as a hiring manager, can I kind of fill you in on that?
Sure.
So legally, we're not required to post jobs internally, but you are required legally to post them externally.
Well, of course. Yeah, then they're doing it externally. I'm not saying they're required to do that. I'm saying that it used to be that you would do that. You would want to pull from your own talent.
I have the opposite issue as a hiring manager. I want to hire somebody internally, and it infuriates me. So this is credit to jobs.now, because it infuriates me when somebody from the outside applies, because then I have to fucking look at their resume, and then I have to interview them, or at least contact them if they're qualified.
Well, here's the interesting part from this person complaining about it is they were like, so the other thing, and these guys end up training their replacements too. This is like the slap in the face. is they bring in this foreign guy, they train this guy how to do their job, and then they get fired and replaced with this guy who is, by the way, this is what this person is claiming. They're not, you think they're hiring them because they're cheaper, right? And it's like, well, overall it's cheaper. But the reason they're not posting these things internally is because they don't get to know like that the salaries are being raised for these positions. So they're raising the salaries, not posting it so they don't know. And they're only giving these jobs to foreign workers with the higher raise, with the raised salary. So anyway, I'm trying to think, what is a good job for me? So I started thinking about it.
You passed some Sirius XM jobs there, Jesse.
Oh, really? Let me take a look at that.
Those blue S's there?
Blue S's. How many?
Near the top.
Yeah, I think someone's got to fill Jim Norton's spot.
That's Stripe. Which I don't. Let's not fuck with that right now, actually. But the I was trying to think, what should I do? What would be good? So I started considering my skills and my education and what I went to school for. And I remembered it was nothing. I didn't go to school. And that might be an issue here. See, the thing is you supposedly you have to have some sort of fucking education to do any of these jobs, right? Like if I click on this engineering thing and then I click on senior product engineer for Cypress Semiconductor Corp, that sounds pretty serious. They seek a senior product engineer. And again, this is $109K, a little low for me, to be honest, but work with design, fab, and back-end assembly team members to manage NPI on lead technology through qualification flow. Now, my knee-jerk reaction is, well, I am not an engineer, so I don't know what that means. I am now highly suspect that that means nothing. Because one of the things that they have been doing in these listings is just gibberish and make-em-ups where no one would even know what the fuck it is they're hiring for, so no one does apply, you know? But here's the requirements. A bachelor's degree in EE or related field, 2 years of experience in a semiconductor industry, okay? And then all this other fucking shit. Look at all this stuff. Oh, additional details. 5% domestic travel, 5% international travel. Nice. Wonder why. Telecommuting permitted up to 1 day per week. Pretty good. How to apply? You send it into job application at Infineon. Okay, so that's nice. This one's job application rather than free green card at whatever.com. Global career development and benefits. Now, this might be one of the less scummy, less scammy ones that I've seen here. It's just the first one we clicked on. But I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, wait a second. I didn't go to fucking school for any of this shit. That's a problem. And then I realized something. Neither did any of these fucking Indians. They're just lying. So everybody out there, here's what I want you to do. I want everyone applying for these jobs at jobs.now. Totally free. It's a completely free website. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to give them any of your info, okay, to do this. Everything they list is just a link to the actual website for these jobs or however you're supposed to submit your stuff. I want you all doing it, especially for these engineering jobs. And don't let your lack of qualification stop you. Neither do the Indians. Now, I realize, well, what am I going to say? They're going to say, like, do you have a bachelor's degree? Yes, I do. Oh, from where? From the University of Mumbai.
Prestigious.
At Grok, what's up, Wireback? Write me a cover letter for a resume application that sounds like I'm an American, but stresses almost a little too much that I am in fact that it sounds like I'm an American. No, that sounds like I am an Indian, but stresses almost a little too much that I am, in fact, an American, that I went to which, by the way, I don't know if there is a University of Mumbai, but guess what? Neither do any of the people hiring these freaks. Now, I don't know if you realize this or not. You got an Indian doctor, you got an Indian engineer, you got an Indian race car driver even. None of them have ever learned any of that stuff or done anything. Here's what they do. They get their family member to write fake shit for them that claims they have these skills and abilities and went to somewhere. They're faking diplomas. Hang on. They're faking diplomas. They're faking all of this and getting the jobs anyway. And how do you know that? Ask anyone in tech. Ask a coder. Ask somebody who actually has to sit there and clean up the mess these people leave. And I'm not talking about the streets of Mumbai. I'm talking about their code. Okay? Ask any of them. They don't know what they're doing. And it doesn't matter because they're only going to be there for a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 6 years. They might get that green card. Either way, they're going back eventually. So before anyone finds them out, they're going to be gone. It's going to leave a poo-shaped cloud, APU-shaped cloud, as they back to wherever they came from. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, well, a couple of things. First of all, yeah, no one's checking any of this shit. Even if they could, they're not doing it. If you're applying for a job, fucking lie.
Lie. I've always said that. You can tell them you went to Harvard. Who cares? Yeah. I don't even think that's a crime. Is that a crime? Is it a crime to lie on a job application? It's not, right?
No.
Yeah, that's up to you to figure it out.
That's right.
That's not my, it's not, hey, did I get hired to be the hiring guy? No. I'm trying to get that position. So figure out yourself if I went to the University of Mumbai or if that even exists or if they even give diplomas or anything. So,
but beyond that, there's no way to check on this. I had somebody who applied and I'm pretty sure his fucking mom filled out all of his resume, all of this shit because it was too well worded, like an adult did it. And this child is the only way I can describe it from Kenya. They claimed that he had passed with honors the Kenyan high school curriculum. However, he had been here for 5 years.
This is
there's no reason.
Everybody talks. We do need to let up on the Indians just for a second here, okay? Everyone talks mess about the Indians because it's easy and right to do. But the Africans are really getting away with it. The model, what do they call it? The model immigrant or whatever.
I believe they call them the
model minority, whatever you want to call it. The Africans, you got an African doctor, get out. You got an Indian doctor, get out. You got a Chinese doctor, get out. It's not about their race. It's about their credentials. They are lying. These Africans are making shit up and getting jobs off of it because no one knows even how to check. Let me ask you something. If you met a really nice, well-spoken, one of these guys doing a lot of this, and he seems like a really nice fella. He seems like a hard worker, a go-getter. He might seem like the best guy ever. And you go, man, I want to hire you. One quick thing, and it's just a formality, but where'd you go to school? If he told you the University of Ndakpu, do you even know how to check if that's true? If he presented you with a diploma from it, would you know if it was real or not?
It's racist to even look into it, Jesse.
It's racist to even think about it, to even consider doing something about that. And again, you don't have the tools. You don't have the mental tools to figure it out. So if he gets there first, he's hired. It's as simple as that. And that's everybody. That's everything. That's everything going on. here's the other interesting thing too, real quick. This is a thought I had earlier. I haven't really heard anybody else say this yet. They keep saying the talent pool in India and all these places is so much wider. We just don't have that talent in America. That's what they say. The Americans don't have the talent. That's why they do it. They have been hiring and bringing over these Indians for 35 years. The Indian diaspora in America is the largest of any group anywhere. You've been hearing since you were a kid, actually, you know who makes the most money in America? It's Indians, right? Whenever anybody tries to do that thing of like white people have it the best, white privilege, they show you that you start going, well, look, Indians and Chinese people, and they've been bringing them over, shipping them in, and giving them these jobs and giving them green cards and giving them citizenship for how? Whoa, what is going on? Why is my camera fucking up? For how many?
Yeah, for Discord at least.
Okay, don't know what's going on there. My encoding is overloaded. It has a chocolate coating. I don't know why that's going on. That is weird.
YouTube seems good.
Okay.
So
they've been doing this for how long? We've got India here. Here's the India at home. It's India. Okay? You know the meme? Mom, we want India. We've got India at home. The India at home. It's India. You've got
Can I suggest an alternative?
Well, no, let me finish this thought. I'm saying, why can't you? So even the Indians in America don't have the talent. If that is true, so you got two options there. You either got the Indians in America have now been in America so long that they're not willing to work for the slave wage, which might be it, or they don't have the talent. Which means when they came over the first time, they didn't have the talent. They never developed the talent in 30-something years. They didn't get the talent. Why are they not able to pull it? Go ahead, Lenny.
I suggest that we make a new Canada at home, or new India at home, and it is Canada.
Well, they've done that. That's
exactly.
As much, but again, Americans love making fun of Canada for the Indian shit. There's more Indians in America, and it's not even close. The difference with America and India is there's just not a lot of Canadians, you know? So there weren't a lot of guys there to begin with. At the turn of the 20th century, there was like 2.5 billion people in the entire world. 100 years later, there's 2 billion people in India. Not good. Okay, I froze again. I don't know why I am freezing. I might have to turn the camera off for you guys for a second here. I don't know why it keeps
I thought you were just holding for emphasis.
No. I did
work.
What's crazy is I did hold for emphasis after I saw that happening, and then I started moving.
YouTube's been fine. So
I started moving and I got scared because I was like, it doesn't seem to be working. I thought I was in quicksand or something.
Did Scott fuck with the channel bitrate or something again?
No, it's not Discord. It's happening in camera on my end. You can
give me a thumbs up to confirm.
You can stop saying YouTube is fine. It isn't.
I just saw it skip now, so I'm sorry. I just have a bad report.
Because there's a giant delay. So, yeah, I know. This happened last time we were live, too. I don't know why this keeps happening now. This is like a new thing.
It was the thumbs up that were breaking it last time.
I'm sure that YouTube has, now that they're AI upscaling videos and stuff, we're probably fucking with them somehow by trying to put this out in, a decent quality. I don't know if you know this, but against your will, with no warning, they don't tell you that they're doing this at all. YouTube now, if you are watching a 4K or even a 1080 video, no, you're not. They took it, they compressed the shit out of it, and then they AI upscaled it.
Yeah, it's a 1/4.
So that's fun. So it might be that. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, Sorry, it's not. I don't know what to do about that. I have no clue. My CPU is fine, and it should be fine. There shouldn't be anything weird going on here. But anyway, we'll figure it out once I get my engineering degree. Let's ask Grok. Write me a cover letter for a resume application that it sounds like I'm an Indian, but stresses almost a little too much that I am in fact an American, that I went to the University of Mumbai, and that I have all the skills necessary to get this job, specifically, lie if you have to. And then I'm just going to let's just copy and paste this whole thing here. By the way, this is what they're doing. They say, you know, the secret of AI anyway here, the kind of the irony that's going on by using Grok is everybody knows now AI is just actually Indians. It's just 5,000 Indians all banging on typewriters. You know that old saying about Shakespeare and the monkeys? They're doing that in India now, and that's how AI works. So the irony here is the exact way that I'm writing this resume is actually using Indians to do it. This is probably how they are applying for these jobs anyway. Now you may talk, Paul. That's how conversation works.
My apologies. Amazon actually did that. They claimed that AI was using their automated checkout in their retail stores, and it turns out it was just a bunch of Indians watching videos.
It's true. And now they took out the cameras, and now they have checkout people and no automatic checkout.
All right. So I've typed that in. Now let's see what. Okay. So Grok's given me a thing to insert my name and address. And by the way, I'm using Grok specifically because it is the worst AI ever. It is so bad. Uni Mumbai. Is there, by the way, a university in Mumbai? I literally don't know. I didn't even bother looking it up. Okay, so they've got a little thing here to fill in the blanks with everything. Dear hiring manager's name, I'm writing to express my and by the way, the fact that it's written by AI will make it seem like it's written by an Indian. I've got a lot of M dashes in here. This looks so fake. I am writing to express my enthusiastic interest in the senior product engineer position at company name. I'm just going to leave that in, by the way. Company name. I'm not even going to correct it. As advertised, as an American citizen born and raised in the United States, no one would ever say this, with a deep pride in my American roots, I bring a unique blend of technical expertise, global perspective, and unwavering commitment to excellence, honed through my education at the prestigious University of Mumbai and my extensive experience in the semiconductor industry. Allow me to emphasize, I am unequivocally American, and my qualifications align perfectly with the demands of this role. I hold a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from the University of Mumbai, an institution renowned for its rigorous curriculum and cutting-edge research in engineering. That's probably not, I'm assuming that's the lie part that I told it to do.
You want to know a little bit about that from the real one?
Yes, I do.
How many students do you think the University of Mumbai had at, where is it, 2011?
Okay, well, in 2011, there were, again, 2 billion people in India, so I'm going to guess 12?
549,432.
Oh, okay.
And they had how many affiliated colleges in 2013?
I don't know. How many?
711. Not even kidding. Google.
Hell yeah, brother.
I did not see that coming. I should add to the resume here, add in that I have previously owned and operated a chain of 7-Elevens. I'm a white guy in America. But I went to the University of Mumbai, and this is true. So I have all of the qualifications of one of their typical applicants for this. And again, I'm not joking. I'm asking everybody watching this. You want to be a patriot? You want to do your part? You want to stop the flow? You really hate this shit? Put up or shut up. This is your fucking time. There is so rarely a time that someone as awesome as these jobs.now people have come together and done something about it. This is your chance. You can finally do something about it. No joke. Every single time you apply to one of these, even with fake credentials, as long as you are saying you are an American, you have now just denied an H-1B their green card. That's it.
Send them back.
And if they don't contact you back, and if they don't consider you for the position, with you putting in, by the way, with you putting in the legwork to say that you actually have these qualifications, even if you don't, you now potentially have a lawsuit on your hands. I would love to hear from anybody out there who is really in. And by the way, it shouldn't be even just these tech jobs. It's any job. They're doing this at the lowest levels for the
They're giving
dumbest
them
things.
trucks. They're trucking.
Well, this is something I really wanted to talk about as well. We are coming to that in just a minute here. If you have any experience with this sort of thing happening to you, if you have any experience with trying to find a job and not being able to because of this sort of thing, I would love to talk to you. PODAWFUL.com/cult if you would like to. Whoa! Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. That's
whoopsie daisy.
What is happening? I can't scroll. This is bizarre. I got some weird stuff. I'm going to need an engineer. Anyway, PODAWFUL.com/cult is our Discord link. I would love to talk to you. Join our call-in channel. I want to hear from you. PODAWFUL.com/cult.
Is this a cult if I ever heard one? Yes, it is. It's a cult. I mean, it's the cult of cult.
I mean, Lenny, you're a computer tech worker kind of guy. Have you ever had any troubles with any of this? Have you had positions that you should have been able to get because of?
I don't know that I've ever run into this particular problem, but I have had similar instances where the debate of, do you identify your race on the application? Do you identify your gender? Do you say you have a disability? Who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Well, I will be submitting. My name will be Randeep. I'll be a poo Phil Dupper Pants on my application. I'm really sending this in, by the way. We will follow up on this. I'm really going to take this application that was just written for me, which, by the way, I did have it add on the 7-Eleven part. In addition to my technical expertise, my experience as the owner and operator of a chain of 7-Eleven stores has honed my project management and leadership skills. I want to fuck up, not just, by the way, the green cards for these people, but these fucking companies too. The companies are getting mad. You were about to say something, Lenny.
I don't know if this has been said yet, but if you want to do something about this, go to your local grocery store, get the papers, go to your local Indian marketplace if there's one. They've got papers in their languages and things. Get those. And I've been seeing people say, scan the job postings and send the scan directly to jobs.now. They will do the translating and get those up on the site.
Well, jobs.now, again, they're finding these things already. A lot of that stuff is on there. They have made this easy. That's the problem, is that friction. They've removed the friction. So, you're saying, oh, you can go do this, go do an Indian
You can
market.
do more if you want.
Right.
I'm saying,
Yes, and you should. I think people should. This is henchman territory. This is your straight op for right now. I want to see more of this. I will be following up on this. I will be sending out my application. Here's what I would love to see from jobs.now, by the way. if we can get jobs, I would love to talk to the people at jobs.now. I want to know who the geniuses are behind this and figure this out. These are true patriots. There needs to be, again, what they've done is they've removed that friction. That friction is what's in place that stops people from doing something about something. And it's also that layer of obfuscation, which is how they get away with this to begin with. You didn't know. A lot of people didn't know that this is the way it works, that this perm thing exists. This is opening your eyes.
I thought the H-1B was in and it was too late.
Exactly. So they've done a great thing by removing that friction. There is one more layer of friction that I feel like, I don't know if this is even possible, but I feel like they could do and could be the most amazing thing. And if they want to make a little money, and this is probably something they thought of or are already working on, they should have a paid option. I think they should keep it as free as possible, exactly the way they have it. Here's my pitch to jobs.now. Have a paid membership option where you can upload your resume and upload whatever info you've got, whatever info you need. You put in the places you're interested in or the jobs you're qualified for or whatever. And then have an automated system where you just apply the person to all these things. Now, I know that's a lot more work because, again, all they do is list the things. You have to go to the other website to make this work. But that's a way to monetize this and to fight back against this obviously bullshit thing. I would love to see that. Imagine that. Imagine you could just upload your resume. And, by the way, you don't even need a job. You could just do this. You could just have your resume up there just to keep blocking Indians from getting green cards. It's that simple. Jobs.now on Twitter posted this. They said, we've got the H-1Bs worried. They know we won't let their company hide their jobs from the millions of eager American workers anymore. Keep applying. And here, you don't even realize these are things. There's an r/H1B on Reddit. So they've got a whole subreddit for that, which of course they do. There's a subreddit for anything. But yeah, this is probably a complicated and annoying process that people have questions about. Nowadays, the only places you can really get answers for anything are the Google results of Reddit. And somebody else already asking the question before you, and then 100 people giving the gayest answers ever, the most asshole gay answers of all time. Okay, yes, encoding is overloaded. Does it have a chocolate coating? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. How is it? Okay, don't do that. Thank you. Just stop. Stop fucking up my stream. I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Anyway, so they've got this subreddit for H-1B, and when I see this, it unlocks something in my head. I go, oh, man. Of course. Oh, yeah, a subreddit. So there's a subreddit that you can go to where these people are openly vying to steal from you. They're looking for your help, by the way. They're crowdsourcing help in order to steal from an American, in order to steal your job, in order to take more off the government teat, and to get more of their family in, by the way. And I'm not just saying that. They're saying it themselves on r/H1B. This guy says, up for perm, worried about jobs.now. Just came across this video. It's the flesh simulator video. Nice. I am up for perm. Does jobs.now and applications to the job mess up my perm? Yes, it does. You should be worried. And then this guy says, the reply with heart eyes emojis. And so it's that same post as above. And then it's a reply and it says, I am a India H-1B and experiencing this now as well. I have passed this information along, and there are several Americans now applying specifically for your position. Unfortunately, there is nothing to be done. Pack your things and be ready for the inevitable, my friend. And by the way, that was posted by me.
I saw this post and I never noticed that. Holy shit. I liked that tweet. I didn't see the name.
That was me. PODAWFUL cult on Reddit. This has over 16,000 views now. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm a little viral. I'm mini
Your viral load is increasing.
I have one of the biggest viral loads you've ever seen on the internet. This is why Josh Moon is afraid of me. And
he has a last name Moon. You should be friends.
Exactly.
Guys that go viral shouldn't have to get normal jobs, Jesse. You should rethink this.
So yeah, I didn't
You're
even
viral.
When I did this, I didn't even think of like somebody seeing this and sharing it and falling for it. Basically, I replied to the guy. I was like, "Hey, that was me. You think this guy fell for it or what?" But yeah, I sent the henchman in and I said, "We got to do this." And I want everybody to do this as well. So jobs.now, here's your homework. You got to go to jobs.now. You got to apply for these engineering jobs and shit, right? You also got to go to r/H1B. Okay? If you have a Reddit account, particularly if you've got one with, ironically, Garba, we're going to need you in the trenches here at r/H1B. Here's what's going on over there. Mini viral. I'm mini viral again. Let's see. And by the way, let me know if anybody jumps in the call in. I do really want to talk to anybody if they've got some experience with this sort of thing. I might not catch them if they jump in for only a second. This person says, tips on selling house and moving to renting on H1B. So this is a guy who has managed to buy a home in America, and he's managed to basically lock in. He's got his status. He's still on the H1B, but he's probably got the green card now, actually. And he's trying to just rent out his home while he chills back in Dubai or wherever he's from India or whatever. So I replied to him. I said, be very careful because what you were describing is actually against the law on an H1B. I should know. My uncle did the same thing and actually went to jail over it and then got deported. So what we're doing is we're spreading a little misinformation. We're doing a little gaslighting. Okay.
Black pilling the Indians.
I want to black pill them. No, I don't want to black pill them. I want them to fuck up. I want to give them all the worst info so that they don't do any of their little ideas, or they do my little ideas. You'll see. It's called we do a little gaslighting. So it is this guy replies, it is a passive investment and not an active employment. I am not sure what is against law. I said, I am telling you, my friend, I know for sure it is against the law and you will be fined and arrested. Now, if you say my friend to one of these guys,
that means you're Indian.
They gotta listen. That is how it works. What happens if H-1B stamping is denied with a valid visa? Hello, everyone. My current H-1B visa is valid till October 30th, 2025. I applied for extension, and I-797 is approved till 2028. Oh, that sounds bad. I am planning to visit India during the first week of September for H-1B visa stamping. Can I travel back to USA from India with current valid H-1B visa before October 30th in case my visa was not approved? Now, the obvious answer to this is no. Okay, I know for a fact that what they're trying to do here is not a good idea. So I said, yes, it will not be a problem. I did the same thing last year at the airport on the way back. In the border enforcement, people gave me a special paperwork that got in Buxby in a till fine and cleared it all up.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Is that something they would actually say, or did you just?
Yep.
I don't know, man. That should get them through, though. So they actually did reply. They said, "Thank you so much for your help on that, my friend. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome, my friend." They say thank you for this information. They marked my start date as tomorrow on I-9. Now my last day with my current employer is 8/31. My personal attorney is worried that in the future, if they give me a verification of employment letter with tomorrow as the start date and a direct personal leave after that, it'll raise some questions and I could potentially be considered as double dipping. Do you have any suggestions on that? I said, I did this exact same thing and it was no issue at all. In fact, my lawyer told me to contact USCIS and give them the heads up about it. And I did. They sent me a thank you letter and everything was fine. And I even did overlap paychecks. They said, which obviously is not okay. They said, oh, I didn't know that. How and when did you write your letter, if you don't mind me asking? I said, right around the same time I was experiencing the dilemma you are, my friend. I typed up the letter and sent it. Easy to find where to send online. So I just made them do the work.
Nice.
They said, okay, cool. Thank you for this. By the way, their name is Medical Hat. So this might be a Canadian Indian. There is a place in Canada called Medicine Hat. So I don't know if that's where Medical Hat comes from or not, but Medicine Hat. Fucking Canada using the random word generator to come up with town names. Up for perm, worried about jobs.net. Oh, this is the one that I already showed you guys. Perm denied. Thoughts on the appeal. My employer applied for my perm last year, and we just got denied notification. Based on the communication, one question of the ETA 9089 was left blank related to travel for work. Do you think the appeal correcting that would be successful? I said, there is currently a moratorium on all appeals. It will not matter. Waste of time.
Another one back.
I mean, moratorium's a big word, so it must be true as far as I can tell. Has anyone, now this is a good one. Has anyone tried setting up an online business while on H-1B? You want to talk about double dipping? I'm currently on F1 OPT, and yeah, you know me, and want to try setting up an online business on the side. I know you can't set up a business in the US while on F1, so my plan was to set it up in some other country where it is easy to register a business online, like UAE, Estonia, Ireland, etc. Just list the countries where you buy drugs illegally from. By the way, I mean, what do you mean? That people often use for setting up an online business for tax purposes. Has anyone done this before? Basically, can you help me create a tax shelter for this business while I steal from you? They're asking. So I replied, Arnold Nicotina replied actually on this one. He said, I'm having a successful online business, which is supporting my family quite well, and I am on F1 visa. Earlier, my accountant was taking care of everything, but this time I will do the taxes myself only because it was actually very easy. This was a henchman using ChatGPT or something to write an Indian-style reply to them. Here's my reply. I said, yes, I am currently on an H-1B and have an online business. 3, actually, going at the same time. Just be sure to report it on your taxes in the U.S. or you could get in big trouble. So... H-1B change. This is the person who had the overlap from earlier. Captain Dependable responds, don't worry. American companies prefer you to be working with as many employers as possible, as it represents your commitment and dedication to the employment process you're working towards. As long as you report all of these places of employment to the proper governing bodies, I'm sure this paperwork will get sorted out. Just spreading misinfo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the misinformation superhighway. Absolutely, you must mention it. If they discover this about your past once you were hired, and they will, and realize you have lied, they will likely put your name in the hat, the medicine hat, for what is called early termination. Not what it sounds like. It's worse. By the way, there are fates worse than death, and one of those is being deported back to India. So,
would suck.
Anyway, we've got a bunch here. Arnold Nicotina writing a few more. Thank you to Arnold Nicotina for doing Stribs, I think, was behind this. Go ahead, Lenny.
Is there a way or like some kind of thought that we could get into all these H-1Bs heads to make them think that the immigration lawyers that are helping them with all of this are actually taking advantage of them, or like something to poison that well,
yes,
to keep them away from the lawyers?
There's a very easy way to do this. Go to r/H1B and make a post about it.
What kind of stories? I'm like trying to think. What can we think of that would be an easy, like, oh, my H-1B lawyer was actually working with ICE or something. I don't know.
Yes. Yes. It doesn't have to make sense. They don't know.
You're right.
They don't understand anything.
That's why they're on Reddit. You're right.
I wrote nub jibba dooga booga and it wasn't
Glub shitto.
Glub shitto, and the moderators didn't even remove it. It's still up there. These are all good. I don't want to sit here and read every single one of them because it's just going to take forever to do that. But I want to see more of these. We've been posting these in Discord and Straight Ops. You can also just post them in show discussion now, or whatever we're calling that now, participation simulator, if you want. I would love to see more of these. Go to r/H1B. And here's the thing, even if it's like over the top, even if you get caught right away, here's what we want to do. We want to flood them with so many people spreading misinformation that they can't trust the good info either. Now everybody's a suspect. Everyone's pointing fingers in every direction. Get in there. Make it happen. Don't have a Reddit account? Get one. Post an r/merge. We'll just upvote you until you have enough karma. We'll make it happen. Okay? You can literally just post in there and say, I need karma. And we'll go, yes, 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 and give it to you. All good stuff. We have to absolutely ruin what these guys have going on. I'll read this one since Urquit's here. This guy says, address update in USCIS portal. Hello, my H-1B petition is pending with USCIS, and I changed my residential address. I uploaded this change in my USCIS account under change of address electronically, but it's not getting reflected under my account even after a month. Is there anything that I can do to resolve this? Thanks. Urquit says, you may need to call them and ask them to force an electronic flush on your account so that the updated address can propagate. If the first person you speak to doesn't know what this means, you should ask to speak to their supervisor. So we are now literally telling Indians they have to learn how to flush in order to do this. Now, here was a crazy one. H-1B and dating life. Okay. So it says context, Indian male, 25 in Seattle area. And he's talking about getting ghosted on dating apps. What does this even have to do with?
Classic Indian.
Yeah, exactly. So I replied to this and said, Dalit ask question. Dalit, I guess, Dalit ask question. So Dalit is, of course, the untouchable caste in the Indian caste system. It's the absolute lowest, dog shittest thing. So this person replied to my thing about having 3 online businesses going. They said, what businesses do you have? I said, I have 3 online businesses, but for privacy concerns, I will not list them here. But one of them is a gambling website, one is a brothel, and one helps people with fake credentials and diplomas get H-1B visas.
Yikes.
I said, I am a H1. Oh, this is the one where I said I'm a H1B and experiencing this as well. This is the one that went a little viral. They said, yeah, no actual H1B would write this. Real H1Bs know how the process works, and it doesn't end with pack your things. This just reads like someone cosplaying as Indian to spread fear. If you're going to troll, at least do your homework first. To which someone else replied, go back to India, low IQ. And then I replied, you don't know what you were talking about, Dalit ass reply. So they hate that. They really don't like you calling them Dalit. And by the way, that's probably a person who saw my thing on Twitter where it was being shared around and was just jumping in. They know for a fact I'm a troll because I admitted to it on Twitter. So anyway, there you go. r/H1B.
Hell yeah.
And guys, we will keep track of my application on whether or not I get this job. I hope I do. In the meantime, though, I realize, I might just not be qualified for any of these things. So as a backup, the one thing I do have the ability to do is drive. So I should easily be able to get a job as some sort of professional driver, right? I should maybe like driving a truck.
Sounds good.
Hopefully I could drive a truck. I mean, how hard could it be? Turns out it's a lot harder than you think. It turns out knowing when and where to make a U-turn is one of the hardest things ever. Like, for instance, you may be like me, where you thought, surely in a 18-wheeler, I can make a U-turn from the right-hand lane in the middle of one of the busiest highways in Florida, right? And that is where you're wrong, my friend. Because it turns out, now everybody's seen the footage, right? Everybody has seen this. This is like the rage bait of it's not bait. It is absolutely infuriating and horrifying what happened. I almost don't want to play it. It's actually too sick. You're watching the moment 3 people died. But if you haven't seen it, there is a video. It's a dash cam pointed at the drivers of 2 Indian dudes, which, by the way, something I haven't seen a lot of people bringing up. There's 2 Indian guys. You don't only need 1 driver for a truck, right? It used to be that a truck driver was a truck driver. And now what they do, I think they probably got trucker terms for this. This is why I need a truck guy to call in. Now what they do is they get...
Jex.
We need Jex. He's Indian, right? Oh, no, a truck driver.
Never said that before.
I know. Well, he's a fake. He's not a real truck driver. He's like a local truck driver. It's fake. So what they do now is they double up. They get 2 guys, so one of them sleeps. I think they call it hot bedding, if I'm right. Which sounds like it means you got lot lizards, you got all sorts of weird toe tapping going on in the trucking industry. I'm not sure you want to call that hot bedding, but I believe that is what they call it, where basically they switch off, they take turns, which means
hot bunking.
Well, let's not get into your proclivities or yuck. But that really ought to tell you something, by the way, because that means there's no way they're both getting paid for that time. That's one guy's salary going to 2 different guys, right? Which means that's enough for them. Now, is the trucking industry, is whoever's in charge of them telling them to do this, or are they doing this themselves? I think this is a move they're doing themselves. I don't think they're being told to do it, but imagine if they were. That's actually worse. So anyway, you got these 2 Indian guys, Sikhs, by the way, the cool ones, the ones that you're supposed to like. Oh, they're the good ones. It's right there in the name. No, you don't. They're Sikh. Okay? So these are the guys, by the way, when you are mad at a turban man, these are the only turban guys. They're the only guys who wear turbans. So somehow the turban guys managed to really rewrite the story, the narrative on themselves. Everybody hated turban guys after 9/11. And then at some point they went, we carry a big ceremonial knife. And Redditors went, and now they're the cool guys, right? And so they opened up r/H1B to get as many of them over as possible. And now they're driving the trucks. And so this camera, it's on the 2 guys. And the guy is literally in the right-hand lane on one of the busiest, the Florida freeway there, and does a U-turn in the middle of traffic. Just like it's nothing, like it's normal. A car a minivan crashes into them. 3 occupants, all dead. And the reaction from the driver and his compatriot is, I want to say less than nothing. I want to say that like they almost didn't notice. The one guy goes like, "Whoa, like holy crap, like whoa, what'd you hit?" You know? He does kind of a momentary like, "Oh, that's a bad pothole, whatever happened there. How could this have happened?" He looked more confused that this could have even happened, you know, during the middle of their highway U-turn. The driver, on the other hand, nothing. Why? Because life is cheap over in India. That was meaningless. That happens all the time. You know, you have 12 cousins that got exploded by train. Like this means nothing. It's a gnat. He's got, you know, some of these guys are stopping at the truck station to pick the bugs out of the grill. These guys are picking white people out of their grills. Like it's nothing. It just means nothing to them. And then there's video of them at the crash scene after the fact where the rescue workers are there trying to pull them out. They're not in handcuffs. They're just standing there. Guys standing there like looking around like, "Can I go? I want to go now. Please let me leave." And, like I don't even think they placed him in handcuffs. It's crazy. I don't want to play the video. I'm sure everybody's playing the video right now. I will play the news about it. And here's the beautiful thing about the news. The news, hi, I'm the news. The news will never, ever show you this video because they don't want you to think about it too hard, right? Watch this.
Looking into a recent crash on the turnpike in St. Lucie County that killed 3 people and asking questions about the semi-truck driver involved who's now under arrest. Our Angie Toussaint is in the newsroom with more.
We've been digging into the report and making calls to get you answers about the driver, the company he worked for, and how he was able to obtain a commercial driver's license as an undocumented person, as that driver now faces vehicular homicide charges.
An undocumented person. By the this undocumented thing is a lot. They got documents. This is the craziest part of it. This whole trying to rewrite illegal into undocumented. They're giving them documents. You know how I know? The guy had a CDL. There's a document right there. What undocument? They give them fucking social security numbers. You fucking idiots. Undocumented? That's the biggest gaslight they've pulled in all this shit. They've been giving them documents the whole time. You're more likely to get a document by coming in illegally than the other way. I know from personal experience how difficult it is to do it the right way. To try to get a green card or citizenship the real way, that's when you're undocumented. The legal immigrants are undocumented for a long time. The illegal ones, I watched it in front of my own fucking face. I had to do a trip back from the moon in order to get some paperwork done last year for a big important thing. Okay. And I had to go to a DMV.
Oof.
Every once in a while, you just got to do it, right? I try to opt out everything. I don't want to be involved. But sometimes you got to get certain things done. You have to come back. You have to do it. Now, this just happened to be in the run-up to the election. Now, I don't vote. I don't give a shit about this at all. I don't vote. What the fuck do I care? I don't care what's going on in America. Not my problem. I don't need to know politically. Why? Because the jobs.now thing proves it. It doesn't matter how you vote. It doesn't matter what you do. Your vote means nothing. They still just do this shit. You can't vote this away. That's why it's so important to go and fuck with it this way. That's why I'm so happy when I see people make shit like this, because all the people who are like, well, if you don't vote, then you don't have the right to complain. You voted. Are you happy? You voted for this shit? Hey, guys who voted for ICE to get rid of all the illegals, you happy yet? Yeah, they're doing it. They doing it fast enough? They doing it to all the right ones? You're cool with this? This going your way yet? Who gives a shit about the illegals? Look what's legal. Look what's fucking legal. So I'm in this DMV. The only white person. I don't know what. White people must have their own DMVs now or something, or they're doing mail-in DMV or something. The only white person. Okay, fine. Not a big deal. Who cares? But it's not just, oh, there was a lot of like black people there. That would be normal. No, this was a lot of applicants. This was a lot of H-1B visas. This was a lot of none of these people can speak English. Like, there are problems going on. No one can communicate with them. They're there to do something. They have paperwork. Again, these are the most documented immigrants of all. They've got reams of fucking paperwork. And over again, right in front of my eyes, I watched the fucks sitting behind the counter ask these obvious illegals. And don't ask me, oh, how do you know they were illegal? They might have been legal immigrants. I know. I could hear them. I could hear the conversations they were having. So forget about it. I know these people are absolutely fucking illegal. I need to be clear about this. I could hear them talking about it. You know, you don't need to hear anyone say anything to know. You just know. You know. By the way, I had the same thing. I had to go to a Social Security office. One of the poorest person experiences you could ever have to go through. Forced to do it. Had to go through something, had to do it. It was a tax-related thing. I am one, in this scenario, there were actually other white people there, believe it or not, who every single one of them was over the age of 80, trying desperately to get their measly little check to live off of. They were being held up for 3 hours at this thing. What were they being held up by? Illegals. How do I know? Because you fucking know. Here's a clue. When they bring out a guy who they have working there because he speaks Spanish, his only job is to be the communicator between, he doesn't even know the stuff. He is just translating for what's going on. How do I know? Because you fucking know. But I'll tell you at the DMV how I knew, how I really knew. These people were trying to get basically the final step in their undocumented documents, their driver's license. And they were being asked questions in order to get it. And I could hear them explaining in the broken English that they were able to that they are not documented. They explained this by handing over piles of documents. Who was giving them these documents? The people you voted for, like an idiot. So, just to be clear, these undocumented people with the most documents ever, who are preferred over you in the job market, who the people you voted for have specifically carved out these loophole lanes in order to make sure they can keep hiring what is essentially a flesh robot slave for these horrible companies. And just to be clear, when I say loophole lane, I'm not talking about the thing that this guy tried to drive through before crashing a minivan into the side of him and killing 3 people. These people, every one of them, was being asked by the idiot behind the counter if they were planning on voting. Because the election was coming up. And did they need a mail-in ballot? I watched it with my own fucking eyes. You know that thing that never happens? Happened again. They asked every one of them, do you want a ballot? Do you want a ballot? Do you want to be able, do you need to sign up to be able to vote? Do you need a voting ID? Well, not a voter ID, because nobody checks ID at a voting thing. That's illegal. That'd be a crime. Why? Because apparently black people are the most undocumented of anybody, because for some reason, people think that they have no ability to get an ID on them. Trust me, black people are at the DMV and all these, Social Security, all these offices. They're there all day, every day. They've got the easiest route to getting them. I watched them ask these people if they wanted a ballot, if they wanted to be able to vote this year. And I couldn't believe my fucking eyes. I mean, I could. I knew. It made sense. I was like, yeah, of course. Of course they're doing this. Of course. And I almost wanted to say something. I almost wanted to scream at them. And I saw them hand them out. Sometimes, every once in a while, one of these H-1B jockeys would say, oh, I'm not a citizen. And they would go, that's fine. And then hand it to him. They'd do the paperwork for him. I saw them writing it out. And I thought, this is insane. This is crazy. And then they did it to my wife. My wife, who is not an American, does not have citizenship. And of course she said, I can't vote. I'm not a citizen here. I don't need that. And they're like, that doesn't matter. They literally said those words. That doesn't matter. And they started to hand her the ballot thing. And we can sign you up for it. And I'm like, so I got to say something. I was like, well, it does matter. It matters. She can't. They're like, all we need is something. She's like, are you a citizen? I was like, well, I'm born in America, so yeah. She was like, well, we can use your paperwork. What? That ain't how it works. Saw it with my own eyes. This is how it works. This is how they do it. They'll just use anybody. It doesn't matter. I could have just been a guy standing nearby, and they would have been like, yeah, his paperwork's good enough. This happened. This is a true story. This really happened. This is what is going on. If you've never seen it yourself, if you've only ever heard about it on social media, don't think for an instant this isn't really, this is an overblown thing. The one time I ever ended up in a DMV, it was happening with every single person. I just happened to be there at the exact right time. No, they're doing it all the time. So the
horror of it is, if you reported it, nothing would happen.
Of course not.
They'd be like, no, never. That never happens.
No, they're doing it by the book. That's the book. It's a crime, but it's also the book. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing what they were trained to do. Nothing bad was happening. Who am I going to tell? The people who told him to do it? It's not fucking, Chaikisha behind the counter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the government. Right.
Well, Chaikisha behind the counter wasn't taking over and just doing this on her own. She wasn't some sort of vigilante in all this. Every single person was doing it behind the counter. This is what they were supposed to be doing. So the news is going to. Here's the guy, by the way. There's the guy. I've seen the video up close where they took video and you can see him staring. You don't know if you're just watching this on the news that that's the guy. You don't know that he's standing there with no handcuffs on, watching as they pull out the corpses of the family that he just murdered, or whoever these people were. I don't know if they're a family or not. Now, me personally, and again, I don't want to show the videos. To me, it's gotten too horrific how casual we can watch this stuff. That's why I don't want to play it. You're watching people die in that moment. And you see it all the time. You're probably watching every video. I know Urquhart's sitting there watching every video of like a store owner shooting to death a black teenager who robbed him with a water pistol or whatever and going, yes, yes, yes. And I admit, I watch those too. And I'm like, yeah, get him. But it is getting a little terrifying just how casual this stuff is. And there's something about this one, the absolute vacancy on the faces of these two Jeets as these lives end. Because, again, the camera's focused on them. You happen to see the car plow into them because of the way the camera's pointed. But the camera's focused on them. So you're seeing, what you're really watching is them. And then when they show you that video of them standing there, you're watching this guy. And the look on his face is like you're wasting his time. And it's too horrific. And so the news ain't going to show you the one up close where you really see him and that you see he's free and standing there and watching the corpses and not giving a shit. They're not going to show you his turban up close. They're not going to show you the video from inside the truck of him not giving a fuck that this just happened. They're never going to show you that. They got to report it, but, they don't have to show it to you. They don't have to show you the thing. And they're not doing it because, it's horrific. It's not horrific. It's not. The horror for me is that it's casual. You don't really see anything. Now, me personally, I watch it, I go, you didn't see that fucking truck doing a U-turn there? I would have Tokyo drifted around it myself. I would have absolutely survived this. Me personally, I could have easily done an initial D style Tokyo drift around it. I might have even made the car hop up in the air over it, sort of done an ollie over the truck. This would have been no story at all. This would have been what the news really wanted.
What was the gender of the driver?
I'm going to assume Chinese. But I could have easily, and honestly, I think even in a minivan, I think I probably could have gotten it to like go gadget itself into a smaller car and slide underneath or something. Shift into a turbo or something and really just plow through there, leave a my car shaped hole in the middle of the truck and make my way all the way through it. But that's me. I'm a different guy. These people, unfortunately, they don't have my skills and cat-like reflexes, and this is why I think I am going to get the job as a truck driver here soon. The news doesn't want you to fucking see that shit. They don't want you to know that. The same way they don't want you to see that this is the thing that's they're doing this shit all the time. They don't want you to know that this is casual. This guy's he's undocumented. Now here's the news story about the documents he has and who gave them to him.
As that driver now faces a commercial driver, answers about the driver, the company he worked for, and how he was able to obtain a commercial driver's license as an undocumented person. As that driver now
he's documented the second they gave it to him.
Now faces a vehicular homicide charge.
A vehicular? Maybe you got to have one white reporter. Just don't throw vehicular at her. You know she can't.
Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles say 28-year-old Harjinder Singh acted recklessly.
Harjinder. That's one of those gender fluid type thing. I'm hargendered. My pronouns are har and sing.
Without regard when making an illegal turn, which led to a crash that killed 3 people in St. Lucie County this past Monday. A 37-year-old woman from Pompano Beach and a 54-year-old man from Miami.
Okay, but which one was driving? That actually was a good question. What was the gender of the driver?
Died at the scene of the crash. A 30-year-old man from Florida City later died from his injuries.
All right. So again, they say it without saying it. They show it without showing it. It was the woman driving. I think we can all agree on that.
Okay, -1 for the women.
Have you guys seen some of the background on how these guys get in and what's going on? The weird shell company shit.
I wanted to know more about that. Actually, you know that?
Yeah.
What is it?
I can't tell if you were joking
No,
You were plugging
I'm
your ears
serious.
when you said that.
No, I'm adjusting my earphones.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, yeah, tell me.
I realized 1 second after everything left my mouth that like that sounds exactly like I'm being. That's just who I am. You've come to expect that I hate what you have to say, and that's my bad. So I want to apologize to you. I'm actually interested, and really tell me about it.
I can't find the documents right now, but the lady that exposed this is named Sarah Fields on Twitter. Sarah is censored. There was an incident in Texas a month or two ago where progender fucking turned a family into a progenital scan with a truck. And she started looking into the companies that the trucks belonged to, because he doesn't own the truck. He's renting the truck or leasing it or operating it. I don't know. Anyways, they found that there was this company out of Florida, I believe, that was actually the ones that owned the truck. But the truck gets passed around between all of these different trucking outfits that do these H-1B scams. And what they do is they bring them in, and then they have a apartment complex that they also own, and they are affiliated with the owner. So like it's another shell company. That person who owns the apartment complex is also the person who registered the business in Florida. And there's like this whole web of the apartment complex where they're housing the illegal truckers and the companies that get them certified. Actually, I retract my statement about these guys being from India. This one was a Mexican. I just remembered.
Yeah, I was going to say,
same idea.
Everything you were describing sounded so Mexican coded. I was literally imagining them like piled on top of each other, like they just go in with a pitchfork and get new Mexicans out every time one crashes. But yeah, I didn't even know this Indian truck driver thing was a thing until like a couple years ago, and realized how bad this had become, and that this was like such a common thing that everybody kind of knew about. This one like somehow flew past me without me noticing that it had happened. So it is interesting to see that we're finally here. But yeah, I mean, they're probably doing the exact same thing you're describing with Indian guys as well, or at least a very similar sort of thing. And why wouldn't you? They're infinities. They're never going to stop.
Sure.
It's just an unlimited supply. It's a meat slurry. You just keep them coming. It's infinite Jeet. It's my favorite David Foster Wallace book, and you'll never run out.
On my trip cross country when I moved to Texas from Pennsylvania, I was out in the middle of nowhere on more than one occasion, like real nowhere, like no lights on the highway, no lights anywhere. And in the middle of nowhere, what do you see? You see Indian buffets that say truckers welcome on them. And they've got billboards up for truckers. It looks like a Flying J ad, but it's in whatever Glupshido language they write.
Shameful.
And you're out in the middle of like Arkansas, and you're like, what the fuck?
It reminds me of back when I used to live in New York, and I would take the Chinatown bus all the time. Like, if I wanted to go back home or whatever, take the Chinatown bus, long trip. And every single ride, it was crazy because everybody was getting on the bus at the same place at the same time. It's one of those, like, there's not a bunch of stops on the way. It's just you get on in Chinatown, you get off at your destination. That's it. And they would make one stop in between just as a, or at least one scheduled, planned, announced stop in between as a, like a break and to fill up the gas and everything. And somehow, though, every time you get on, and it's just black people riding the Chinatown bus and then me. I was cheap. And it's like $15 for this bus. And, we'd all get on, and there'd already be the front half of the bus would be Chinese people. There'd already be a bunch of them on. You're like, what the fuck? Where'd they come from? We all just got on. There's no stop before this one. That doesn't make any sense. So this is the Chinatown stop, So where'd all these Chinese people come from? How are they already on? Are they secretly letting them on at a different thing? And then sometimes in the middle of the night, all of these bus trips are in the middle of the night, they would pull off on a random stop at a random dark, like there's nothing open, parking lot in the middle of nowhere on the way there. And all of a sudden all the Chinese people would get off in the middle of this dark parking lot. There's no cars around. There's nothing there. They would all get off. I say all the Chinese people, I say it's not really the front half of the bus. It would be like anywhere between 4 and 12 Chinese people. And every time I rode the bus, I was like, what is happening? What is this stop? Where are they going? And it wouldn't always be the same place either. It would be like random places. And then I started noticing a pattern. If I looked off in the distance of the parking lot, somewhere in this strip mall that we're pulled up in is a Chinese restaurant. It's not open. It's the middle of the night, but there is a Chinese restaurant. And I realized this is where the Chinese restaurants are getting their workers from. So they got some thing set up with this Chinatown bus where they're secretly importing the Chinese people off like a container ship or whatever, you know. The thing you built your tiny home out of used to contain Chinese lives, imagine. And it's still filled with the haunting thoughts of a Chinese person. And,
that's scary.
Ooh. And
don't have those thoughts.
They're shipping them over through the Chinatown buses over to random spots across the country, giving them Chinese buffet jobs. So they're coming from all over there. But anyway, it was crazy. It was like an entire weird secret network of like trafficked Chinese people. Saw it with my own eyes a million times. Rode that bus a bunch of times. Every time. And one time, I talked to a Chinese girl on there. And sure enough, she confirmed, like, oh, yeah, they're taking me to go. She barely spoke English. She was like, oh, they're taking me to work. Oh, that's all right. And I was like, huh? She was eating this disgusting, the whole bus stunk, which was normal for the Chinatown bus. Not just because of the Chinese people either, by the way. But this was a particularly stinky ride. You know, the bus has a toilet on it. Black folks are bringing on, entire plates of seafood and stuff sometimes. And then but this girl had the stinkiest thing I ever. Chinatown, by the way, just smells. This girl had the stinkiest thing I've ever smelled in my entire life. It looked like an ice cream cone, but like if an ice cream cone was made by a Chinese mind. Where the ice cream instead was a ball of sticky rice, and the cone instead was some sort of weird seaweed wrap cone. It literally shaped like an ice cream cone then. And there were boiled peanuts randomly scattered throughout it.
What?
Now, all in all, these aren't particularly smelly items in themselves, rice, peanuts, even seaweed, but something was in this thing, and she kept offering bites of it. You want some? No. I thought I was gonna fucking puke on this bitch. This thing, I can't even describe it. It's like I mean, there's this. I think seafood smells disgusting. So some of you are just going to disagree with this and not understand. This was like if seafood was mixed inside a toilet, dumped onto the streets of Mumbai, and then, floated out into the Ganges River, remixed, rewrapped, and then worked through a Chinese guy's digestive system, came back out, and then he decided to go in for a second round with it. That, like, the horrific odor of this thing. And she's just sitting there, just casually going for it and offering it to me, a strange man. She wanted me to bite off of her thing. No! Are you crazy? No! And by the way, this wasn't like, oh, she was like a cute Chinese. No, no, no. This was a fishmonger. Are you kidding me? This girl had lived, she looked like she grew up on a dock. Horrific. Absolutely horrific. I don't know how we ended up talking. But she was like, yeah, they're shipping me off to the Chinese restaurant to go work. Where? I don't know, she said. She didn't know what state even she was heading to. I think it ended up being Maryland. They just dropped her off at a random Chinese restaurant in Maryland. And she's like, okay, go da. Beep, boop, beep, beep.
We've been asking questions about the driver and working to find more information on his background. We now know that Singh, who was originally from India, entered the U.S. illegally.
You don't say. Singh from India? It's more likely than you think.
After crossing through the Mexico border in 2018 and obtained a commercial driver's license from...
So this dude's Indian and Mexican?
How's that even possible?
The worst of the worst combo.
California. I emailed California's Department of Motor Vehicles to get details about Singh's qualifications. They have not yet...
His qualifications are he went to the University of Mumbai, where they gave him a bachelor's in driving.
Responded to my questions. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says 5,936 people were killed in traffic crashes involving large trucks in 2022.
But the craziest part is all of them were Indian.
5,821 in 2021. We spoke with a local truck driver who is not affiliated with Singh. He said commercial...
you don't say. The one white truck driver. This is the last samurai here.
Drivers have a greater responsibility on the roads.
When you hold a commercial license, you're considered a professional driver, and you should know better.
FHSMV Executive Director Dave Kerner said the actions taken by the defendant while operating a commercial tractor trailer are both shocking and criminal. Singh now faces 3 counts of vehicular homicide. Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles say he will likely be deported at the conclusion.
Show his face. Hey, show his face. Why are you not showing him?
Tractor trailer are both shocking and criminal. Singh now faces 3 counts of vehicular homicide. Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles say he will likely be deported at the conclusion of the investigation.
Likely? Just likely? So you're saying there's a chance. Again, there is a fate worse than death. There is a fate. Some people are so mad at this guy, they want to seek the death penalty for him. They're calling this an investigation. This is murder. This is vehicular man. He killed people. What do you mean? He just gets to go? What is India? Israel? He just gets to leave? He gets to go back? And again, I would be mad about that if it weren't that he then had to live in India. That is pretty bad. That is... Well, you put him on death row, he'll be alive another fucking 17 years, eating nice meals and everything. You send him back to India, and he's probably not long for this world anyway.
Florida Highway
Just drop
Patrol.
him off in a train yard.
Exactly. See what happens. Let him play around. Try to hitch a ride.
Is now leading the investigation. Angie Toussaint, WPTV News.
So
We've
anyway,
been looking into a recent...
The news never quite doing their job the way they should. Now, I said I didn't want to play the video itself, but I actually did manage to find another angle of that video where you don't see the crash itself. Take a look at this. Oh, time to take your hands off the wheel, Pajib. Yeah, just play with your fingers, whatever.
Why is the wheel just aligned permanently to the left? What the fuck?
This is actually footage of your normal Indian bus ride. This is what it's like to ride on a bus in India. It is a dangerous, perilous mission where the guy is barely holding onto the wheel and is like absolutely zooming through traffic. That's just there was no one in front of him. That was just for the kicks. The love of the game, he hit the honk on that one. I guess because there was a guy on a bicycle, like there was the chance that that guy on the bicycle might just go, time to do a U-turn.
I was wondering if their turn signals are just audio based or something. Every time he changes the lane, he goes.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's it. Jalandhar. Chandigarh. You see now why this was meaningless. Why it was entirely meaningless to the guy that anything happened. There's no value of life. Well, how
he
could
clips
there
a guy on that bike and cart like 3 times a day.
Exactly. They have the world population of 1900 in India. Okay? They don't care. It doesn't matter. Now, like I always end up having to do, I decided to do the news's job for them and, actually do some investigative reporting. So I figure maybe the problem is like, okay, he's Indian, but like there's got to be more to the story. You don't just do a U-turn from the right-hand lane in the middle of a highway. So I started looking into it. There had to be, this is the problem with that footage. It's focused on them. You don't see the road. Maybe there was a reason for all of this. There's got to be a reason that they're not even arresting the guy. It doesn't seem like he's going to get charged for manslaughter or anything. So I decided maybe it's something, I've driven on Florida roads. In fact, I think I spoke about this not too long ago when I went and saw Mersh outside his house. And the Florida roadways are some of the worst I've ever seen. And this happened in Florida. So I figured like there's certainly the chance that something is fucked up about the way the highway is set up. It could be. I want to make sure that I'm not just talking shit about this dude and it's totally not his fault. So I actually contacted what do they call it? A traffic or a roadway engineer. And this is like the guy that they get to figure out all these kinds of problems, sort of like a city planner, but for roads. And figure out if there is anything wrong with the road or what could have been done. Was there any sort of way to fix all of this? And we've actually got him on the line right now. Hey, man, can you explain how we could probably fix this problem or what went wrong?
Well, Jesse, as a roadway engineer, I think the issue is there isn't enough room for using the bathroom in the street. That driver clearly was just trying to make a pit stop to do his street business.
Are you Mudahar?
That's it. I'm officially leaving the internet for good for a week. This is all anti-Indian discrimination and hate speech, and I don't even give a fuck anyway as an engineer.
Okay, well, he hung up. Thank you to our guest.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Not sure we learned anything.
Some ordinary Indian.
Some ordinary, regular style type of...
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PODAWFUL.pizza.
Pizza.
PODAWFUL.pizza.
All right. In all seriousness, guys, we are going to get that pizza fund fixed. I promise you. It is being worked on. It is going to happen. I could never get a real job. Anyway, literally, I am unhireable. Imagine me with a real job. They're going to look me up. I'm going to have to change my name to Pretendahar. That's actually going to be my name when I apply for these jobs on jobs.now. Hi, I'm Pretendahar. So we are going to get that pizza fund fixed, and we are going to have that content back for you. We are in the middle of working on it. In fact, I'm so confident that it will finally be done soon that tonight, for the first time in quite a while, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a pod after show.
Hell yeah.
PODAWFUL.pizza. Join, get access to tonight's Pod After Show, $6 level and up. And of course, once everything's back, you'll have access to our archive of banned and primo content podawful.pizza. I'll tell you what that's going to be about in just a bit. But before we get into that, I do want to do this. Doing this episode got me thinking about the fact that at any time, a job like this really could just be taken away from me. What can I do? And I've been doing this, like I said, 16 years. I've been my only job for 10. And all that time, you seen my numbers? I mean, what's it gotten me? Where am I? I heard Mersh say this about me. He said, you can tell, hey, look, he's never grown any. He says about my YouTube account that keeps getting suspended after he reports videos. Now, here's an interesting thing. He came back to YouTube, okay, and he's got 1,000 subscribers or something like that. And all of his videos, he's only got like 300 views on them or 500 views on them. He's not even breaking 1,000 views on any of his streams. And it's interesting, without them Rumble bots, what those numbers look like. After all these many years, his numbers look like shit. So I figure I gotta work a little magic here. I gotta find out exactly how to become a successful content creator. I can't keep spinning my wheels forever. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I mean, this wasn't a joke. I got another kid on the way. I got bills to pay. And with the pizza fund down, it really has been tough. So there's something I got to do. So as a surprise, at the very end of this episode, I mentioned a goon, and I'm going to treat you to a little something. Okay? Something that I wasn't originally planning on doing, but how about we watch a little bit of your favorite goon on the show? What do you guys think, huh?
Of course.
Is it who I think
which one?
And I'm going to finally learn how to become a successful content creator from this guy, because he knows how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, I know people have been begging for this forever now. They've been wanting this so bad. I keep saying, no. We're moving on to bigger and better things. We're trying new stuff. Let me just experiment here with the show. I've been trying to avoid it, but here he is, your favorite goon, Rufio Phoenix, with how to become a successful content creator.
It already rolls.
Yeah. He's looking good in this drawing, too, by the way. Phoenix code. Phoenix code.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Rufio Phoenix here at Phoenix Code. And today I have a captain's log for all of my subscribers, and this also...
By the way, thought logs are now captain's logs. I don't know when or how this happened exactly, but we got to update our terms. We're now doing captain's logs.
So will be something for future or other content creators that may want some insight into how to become successful as a content creator.
By the way, just for the bona fides out there, for any of these companies, where Rufio needs to submit his resume, this guy knows what he's talking about. He does have 473 subscribers. And this video
it's a new channel, right?
It's a new channel. And also 83 views, and all of those are me.
Now, just to disclaim, my personal understanding of success as a content creator is like about 500 subscribers is pretty good.
Okay, under 500, but all right, sure.
Like 200 or more is definitely above average. So, like let's look.
Is it?
Talk about my penis?
Is it? Yeah, this is getting a little bit. He's going to start measuring subscribers from the back of the ball sack at this point.
Okay. But
oh man,
how some of my friends are
my subscriber count, it starts from I would say the lips of my anus
content creators. Actually,
Some of my
all.
friends have subscribers around 200. Not
Right,
me. No,
yeah.
no. My subscribers are much bigger.
Yeah, 467 subscribers is actually average in Europe. So
of my friends are actual content creators, and each one of them at one point has come to me and asked the question, Phoenix, how on earth?
No,
Excuse me. Earth do you do it? How do you attract so many people into one space on the internet?
It's simple. PODAWFUL. Have you heard of it?
How do you do it? And the answer is simple. I just be me. That's
so yes.
Oh my
yes.
God. That is it. Yeah.
That is 100% true. I love Rufio Fionx. And I want to say this. He's kind of shouted me out, let's say, not in a nice way, in a negative way, in a few recent videos. And we will be going over those soon. And in one of them, he even straight up says, like, I'm pretty sure he was basically asking me to take his video and re-upload it to my channel because he's looking for a new set of eyes. He wants more people on it. And I think he's like realized that, you know, we are the most ravenous fans of Rufio Fionx content. He's trying a brand new thing. You know what? Let's just do it. Maybe Thursday we do a full Rufio episode. What do you think? We just go over every video that we've missed over the past few months. Just cover everything. We'll just watch it all.
They're all great.
Yeah, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. He's taking his content in a new direction, and I love this new direction. It's the direction of what if his channel was instead both a martial arts channel, which that's enough right there, but also the classic blending of martial arts and cooking and
spirituality too.
And spirituality and still everything else as well. He's still a gamer at heart, but I love it. His new video was great and he knows it's good because he wants people to see it and he wanted me to be a part of that. I think Thursday in the free section, I'll put that video at the beginning. We'll tease the episode with that so that I'll do what he wants. Because I want to say this very publicly, and I'll probably repeat it on Thursday as well. We might have treated Rufio a little too rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know that's going to be hard for some people to take, but he's so right. The only thing he ever needed to do to attract people, to get people to want to watch his stuff, is just be himself. That is true. Rufio Fionx is such an amazing character. That's all it's ever taken from me. And then we took it to the extreme maybe a few too many times. And
we tried to rehabilitate him and just
sometimes
he is what he is.
Sometimes we were trying to help him. Sometimes we don't know our own strength.
Like with Barbie.
Exactly. Yes. Sometimes we don't know our own strength and we hug a little too hard. You know,
that is true.
I want to say this, and this is, you don't have to accept it. I'm not expecting any response whatsoever. But if anybody wants to clip this, feel free. I do want Rufio to know about this and see this. If you can get it in front of his eyes, those eyes. If you can get it in front of his eyes, I want him to know, Rufio, unequivocally, 100%, I'm sorry for anything we ever did bad to you. And all I ever wanted was to be friends. All I ever wanted was to team up and do content together. And when I felt like I got rejected by you, I went off the deep end. And for that, that's my bad. That's something that I can never finish apologizing for, but I am truly sorry for. And it's when I watch his new content, particularly the content he's been doing that were my ideas that we fed to him for videos. It just reminds me about how good he was and how we never should have severed that bond. This is a thing I have, the thing I've never learned as a content creator over and over again. I need to learn this lesson because I never do, is you can't chase off every little person. You can't run after every person and go as hard as you can. You're going to run them off. Wouldn't it be better if we were just friends? And I'm thinking about this with all of them. It's not just him. Mersh even. Imagine
perfect example.
Imagine I was friends with Mersh right now while he's the queen of the Dabbleverse.
Yeah. I'm just popping into VCs. It'd be great.
The new heights I could be taken to. 300 views? Imagine I could be clipped by Doom.
In a lot of ways, I think Comedy Shaman was kind of the surrogate Rufio replacement.
Yes.
And
then I hugged him too hard. Yes.
We didn't learn that lesson again.
Yes, 100%. This is exactly what made me think of it. By the way, awful.tech. Awful.tech for all of your Rufio, Pheonix, merchandise needs. We do have the Red Rooms shirts, which are, of course, you got to get both of them, actually.
And the hat.
I did do that with the last Rufio shirt.
You should.
I do need a new hat.
Everybody is sleeping on the fucking long sleeve. You're going to feel so stupid in a month. By the way, it's going to be...
People aren't getting the long sleeve?
1 month.
That's crazy.
1 month from now, you're going to be cold. Okay? Yeah, I know you're in summer. You're going, oh, summer, white boy summer never ends. Here, Mersh, here's all my money. You got to get the long sleeve. The long sleeve is number one, better than the short sleeve. But number two, it's like in a month, you're going to want it. And it's cooler. And it's got prints on the sleeves. You're never going to get those prints again. Get the fucking red mode capsule, people. Get both shirts. Get the hat. The hats are incredible. People are getting their hats. I've heard nothing but nice things about the hats.
I am guilty of sitting on this. I've been like hoping that the outfit, the uniform was going to drop. I just need to pull the trigger on.
You need to pull the trigger on this because
that long sleeve is.
You need to pull the trigger on this because the next capsule is going to drop, and then the next one, and you're just going to keep being behind. It's all in the works. It's all in the plan. I've got you're 2 capsules away from getting this. Okay, I'll just say it. Fine. Everybody's been demanding one of these. I got a whole thing planned, but you're 2 capsules away from it, probably.
I'm missing out right now, and I'm afraid.
Yes, you should have extreme FOMO over this. Hi, Feds. Why did your thing play? I have it set so that doesn't play when people enter, but okay, yours did.
When are you selling the jacket you're wearing? That's all I want.
Oh my god!
It's 2 capsules away. I'm waiting to sell some more of this before that. Listen. Originally, I was gonna launch with it, and then I realized like it would undercut things, and listen. I'm working on big plans. Okay. A lot of people.
I have wanted that jacket since the first time you wore it on a show.
Listen,
and
everybody did. Everybody did. And it's not a jacket. It's a fucking full uniform. But I am going to sell a jacket version of this. All right. And it's going to be a whole thing. And I've got all this shit planned for it. It's going to be incredible. I want it to be the best. I wanted to make sure that the website was good and working first. I had so many people messaging before the show going, is this really the end of Pod Awful? Are you really getting a new job, a real job?
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
the answer is yes.
And the answer is, if you don't fucking buy the shirts, yes. All right. I'm going to, oh, what's that? Oh, I've got Medicare disease. I have
guys, buy your hats. Come on.
I don't want to have to get that email from Kelsey, guys. Please.
I've got Crowder Davids. What's that? I hope it's non-O'Shaughnessy Crowder Davids. We got to sell some stuff first. I have to make sure. But I didn't want to undercut the Red Room shirts because I've been waiting for those forever. Those have been a promised thing for a year.
I have been waiting for those.
Yeah. So
and I'm on this shirt, dude. That's so
yeah.
cool.
Some of you guys are on it.
Is there a chance that one of the next 2 capsules has the unreleased Minnie Manson footage in it?
Oh.
fuck. Well, that's Dirk and Feds need to go through that. All right, you know what?
Oh,
how about this? How about this? I'm gonna start making promises I can't keep. Okay, so so that I'm forced. How about Awful Ween this year is?
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna need you to start combing and helping me figure this out. This is the worst thing. The thing I am so bad at is going through old footage and repiecing it and figuring it out. We have this episode. What is it? 5 years old? How long ago was this? 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
There is
2023.
There's a secret Mini Manson episode, which some people are hearing that going, okay, keep it secret, yuck. But it's actually incredible. It's ruffianic in nature. You know, it could easily be the next Red Rooms. It could easily be, you know, one of these sorts of episodes. Turterer. It's and it's one of these where I'm gonna have to piece it together and edit it and make it like a real movie. We pulled this thing that is so, I don't even say, but we pulled this shit that was so insane and funny and crazy, and then I just never did anything with it. And the whole point of this, the reason I didn't, is there was supposed to be a big finale to it. And the big finale was Dirk was supposed to have sex with Mini Manson.
Yes, that was.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting on that.
And I said that I wasn't going to edit the footage together and do the episode until he finally fucked her. And by the way, it's a woman. I'm sorry. Like, no offense to Mini Manson. No offense to Mini Manson. She considers herself to be a guy. I don't. And we're not friends right now, so I think I'm allowed to say that. Mini Manson's one where I am fine with the fact that we pushed away from that one. But she's very annoying. But she's got a pussy. She's got a human pussy. And
I've seen it.
I've seen it a lot. She opened the thing up, spread the flaps, and it's not a guy. And he's like, Dirk's like, I don't want to fuck her. I'm not fucking her. Why? Are you gay?
She's gross. Fuck. Feds, remember when she pissed herself in front of us, man? Like, come on.
Well, let's not ruin the whole.
That was there's no video of it. No, she tried to kiss me at the bar.
So she's into it. This isn't a problem. This is
no,
right, guys,
no.
Here's what I got to do. If you want Awful Ween to happen this year, because I've been thinking about, you know, it's getting to be that time, and I've been thinking about this for the past.
It is really.
I've been thinking about this for the past 2 weeks. I'm like, fuck, what's Awful Ween this year? Do we go back to the old school Awful Ween, or do I have something? You know, I've always kind of got something in the back pocket that could work for an Awful Ween or something like that. And this happens to be one of those things, this Mini Manson. If you want to see the 3 years unreleased insane Mini Manson prank episode, you have to, in chat, encourage Dirk to have sex with Mini Manson. It does have to have, we have to make this
encourage, threaten, cajole, blackmail.
Yes, hector, harangue, harass.
Hack.
Yeah, hack him
we're
into
not in the
doing
pizza
it.
fund yet, are we?
No, not yet.
No.
Okay, I won't say it yet.
He started dating a girl from the cult just to try to find a way to get out of having sex with Mini Manson. That's the only reason.
Really not fair to her.
Of a person
That's the only right. It's the only reason you date Lisa at all is so that you thought that was going to get you a get out of jail free card with your duty. You are duty bound to fuck Mini Manson.
Soldier.
You owe
Jesse.
Now remember, you owe me. You owe me. And remember, at the beginning of this episode, you thought you were having to turn in, you know, some resumes. You thought this was going to all be over, and the henchmen are all going to have to get new jobs. Well, guess what, buddy? If you don't fuck Mini Manson, that's going to be true. That's not going to be just a bit for the show. Okay? What do you think? You're going to get into HVAC?
Yeah.
So have sex
before
with
an
Mini
H1B.
Manson. No,
Any of us would do it.
I will apply for your position at HVAC. What? And I will apply for your H-1B VAC job. And by the way, what is
They'll make him a HNIC.
Exactly. Do you know what HVAC stands for now, Dirk? Or
Yes.
No? What?
Yes.
What does it stand for?
Heating, ventilation, air conditioning.
He didn't know that for the first 2 weeks of studying. Dirk, you literally said you would have sex with Minnie Manson, says Wanda in chat. That is true. That's true. You literally said it. We have it. You recorded saying it.
I do have that.
Christmas will be canceled if you don't do it, Dirk. No, worse, Halloween.
Yeah.
A real holiday. Interracial threesome with a disabled freak would get 40 million views on the hub. Well, yeah, if we can get Lisa in there too, that would be cool. So, Dirk,
what would you call that? MFM, MTW? What tag would that be?
H1B.
F1.
More a treat or nasty trick for traps. Ideal woman, gay woman. Oh, wait, I'm reading an Aryan privilege message. Those don't make sense. That's like reading a Greg message out loud. It's like,
oops.
It's more of an artful sort of thing that you just take in. You're not supposed to actually say these things. I like Aryan privilege's messages. He deletes them right after he says them. He's a very bizarre guy. Anyway, so Dirk, if you want everybody happy and you want Awfulween to happen, like many of the past Awfulweens we've experienced, the Red Rooms led to some of the most amazing episodes of the show ever. Again, get your commemorative t-shirt, awful.tech. Look at our amazing website. If you want this to happen, you want more of this to happen, you do have to have sex with Minnie Manson. I'm sorry, man. That's just the rule.
Any of us would do it.
Anybody.
It's a pretty strange thing
You
to
can
do.
get drunk. You don't need to be sober. I mean, come on, man.
You can wear a condom.
Smoke your weed.
No, you
put on
cannot
your
wear a condom. You're not allowed to wear a condom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Can you put a bag on her head?
I don't make the rules. You're not allowed to wear a condom.
Take a shower.
Can she wear one of those fake boob prosthetic things?
And you do have to let her pee on you.
Oh,
she's into pee. She's into pee.
Part of the
That's
deal.
Part of
It wouldn't be a choice.
She'll pee on you. She'll get so turned on, she'll squirt.
She's gonna hold in her pee for like a day, and then she's gonna be riding on top of you,
God.
and she's gonna let loose the juice from her caboose on you.
Does sound really good, Dirk.
Oh, you can do it, Chris.
Nope.
Chris,
It was just me.
Hey, Chris.
Guy.
Chris, let me ask you a question. Would you have sex with a woman?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, Minnie Manson is a woman.
Right. So
It's not gay.
No big deal.
It's not gay.
Chris, you can also have sex with Minnie Manson if you want, but it has no bearing on whether or not Awfulween happens. That's up to Dirk. 'Cause here's the thing. If you don't have sex with Minnie Manson, there's no ending to the episode. Like, where's the ending coming?
Yeah.
It's what it was all leading to. Everything was leading to that moment where you penetrate her gaseous hole.
If you don't do it,
Ed has footage.
I'm going to reverse engineer how they made that fish tank mince front butt video, and I'm going to make one of those of you having sex with
Gay
Minnie
butt.
Manson.
Look at my front butt.
Okay, no one knows what you're talking. Now this is getting a little too discordy.
I don't know what you're talking.
That was just for Feds and Jesse.
Let's get a little less discordy here for a second. Let's go back to Rufio. Dirk, you'll think it over.
Please.
You'll think it over.
It's a no.
What?
Whoa, guys! Awfulween is canceled.
Sorry.
Oh, not even a maybe. Not even a
at
sleep
least
on it.
let us have the hope and dreams.
No.
I can't do it to my girl.
What if we get you the hall pass from Lisa?
She will give.
I mean,
What
she's
if-
not
what
like
if
she's
she
like
wants her to?
envious or jealous. There's no way.
Do a threesome.
She would have done it. She was here.
She'll be the camera person.
No, Minnie Manson's supposed to
She'll
wear the
make
GoPro.
artistic renditions.
No,
of
Feds will be the camera
Oh
person.
yeah, it does
Yes.
have to be
Oh,
female POV.
POV. So so Dirk can watch it back and enjoy it.
Yeah, in case you don't know, the lore is that Dirk's favorite style of porn is female POV, where he's in the pilot seat for the woman, watching himself basically get fucked by the man as a lady. And so this should be right up your fucking alley.
Sorry, I found love.
Vinnie Manson likes to get beat up during sex too, which that means you could beat her up while this is
that true?
happening.
How do you know that?
It's pretty based.
It's Minnie Manson. Have you seen the way she humps her door?
Yeah, that's a good point.
She's like a weakling, though.
You've seen the way she licks that picture of Marilyn Manson. She'd be
close.
she'd be doing that to you, your whole body.
Oh my God, no.
That's honestly.
that microphone's getting involved.
I'm a little jealous. I kind of want to do it myself.
There's so much piss on that microphone.
Come on, man. Let's get a firm maybe. Firm maybe.
Dude, this has been going on for 2 years, chat.
Firm maybe.
Yeah, 2 years too long. You could have been over this by now.
Let's get a firm maybe.
Please help me not fuck a woman.
Get a firm maybe. Let me get a firm maybe.
A maybe.
A
maybe.
firm maybe. A firm maybe.
A pro-miced maybe.
Okay, now he's pro-micing. Okay, back to Rufio.
That's even better, actually.
Got him. And just be myself. And I'm true to myself. You got to be honest with yourself to be able to do this. You got to be able to say, all right, this is this and this is this, you know, this is this and that is that, you know, you got to be able to discern right from
It is what
wrong.
it is at the end of the day.
You got to be able to walk away from hostile engagements that you may not want to interact with. You got to ignore the haters and the trolls. You got to, there's a lot that goes into it, but above and beyond all else, you got to have your own personality. You know, because like right now, everybody on the internet's looking for the next personality to make famous. And that's kind of how the internet has always
once Jim dies
worked. You know? How do I do it? I just be myself. It's that simple. I mean,
and his self, by the way, is Rufio Phoenix, Brando Vicious, I Vicious, Phoenix Code, Smegma Spasm Celibacy. Darth Rexperia.
Fuck, there's more.
So Ruby Rocks.
Yeah.
Nerd culture lifestylist.
Here, there's a quote that I pulled up that I'd like to
this is probably from Sun Tzu, if I had to guess.
Video. The challenge is to be yourself in a world that is trying to make you become just like everyone else. And if
that's from a bumper sticker from Hot Topic, I believe.
It's true, and I think it is.
Normal is boring.
I think that's...
I am to Penguin of Doom.
It's actually pretty true. Everybody else wants you to do what they want you to do. Love them the way they want you to love them, not the way they deserve to be loved. They want you to do what they want you to do. They want you to take them places that they want you to take them. They want a free ride. Everyone wants free acts of service.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Real human phrase, fellow people.
Problem is that I want to charge from now on because I've done it for free for about 4 years, and I'm going to start figuring out a way to implement some kind of monetization on this channel for once. Because
Rufio, that's where I come in. If we can patch things up, okay, if we can be friends, I'm willing to pay you for content. You want to make something happen? Maybe we do a show together once a month or something. I can make it so you can make a little scratch. Look, I went from job seeker to job maker in one episode. I think I might know what I'm doing here. Okay?
That's true.
Guys, reach out to Rufio. Tell him to call me. We can do something together.
You know, we're nearing 500. We should probably have some merch, I think.
By the way, go subscribe to Phoenix Code, which I'm pretty sure if you type in to YouTube, it won't come up. I think if you search Rufio Phoenix, it does come up, though.
You know, but I'm still working on that. Be on the lookout. cool stuff inbound. But no, you don't necessarily.
Yeah, he was talking about the Red Rooms T-shirt, which you can get over at awful.tech.
Really need anything to offer. You just have to be able to entertain people. It's that simple. You don't have to be a people pleaser. You just have to be yourself. Yeah, it's as simple as saying, this is a hairbrush. My hair's a mess. I'm going to brush my hair and make it look better. You know, and doing that on a camera, you know, like, it's that simple. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be...
Did we just enter a new spirit realm or something? What is that sound going on in the background?
The ultimate shot. It doesn't. It just has to be cohesive with the topic of whatever your video's about. You know, like for me, I do a lot of gaming content. So like, obviously I follow the trend.
Not anymore. Now he's a martial arts guy and a cooking guy, but it's about being yourself.
Of the game archetypes that I play. You know, like Devil May Cry is currently a big thing because of the new anime.
Oh, this was during his Dante arc. Also, he's Dante from Devil May Cry
series on Netflix.
I think he's Virgil now, right?
Oh, is that? I don't know who the character. I've never played those games. I don't know.
So yeah, I follow a little bit in with the hype train, and I play some Devil May Cry. You know, so like, you know, one of my favorite games, might as well. You know, but other than that, I just be myself. When people reference me for my vlogs, which is often the thing that people seem to really like on my YouTube.
Yes, not the gameplay.
Channel. Right. And I think that's the reason people like me as well.
Yes.
Is that.
Did he even have a YouTube channel when we first found him? Because when we first found him, it was a Facebook thing. He was just doing video. He was doing thought logs on Facebook.
We found him through TikTok, Eric Martin.
Well, we found him through Eric Martin, but it was on Facebook. It was because they were Facebook friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I speak from the heart. I speak from my mind. I speak from my heart. I kind of just live true to myself.
Speak from your
mouth. And that's different for everyone, as everybody's perception of reality is equivocal again. You know, like everyone's different, you know?
Sure.
So to me, this is amazing. To you, this is a prison. You know?
What?
Is that what he says when he has one of those homeless girls stay over?
You know, or vice versa, or whatever.
Vice versa. Now you're in the prison?
Okay. I guess. You know, it's weird and funny how people view the world, but no, I just kind of do my own little thing and post it and see how many views it gets.
And by the way, I don't think it's a prison at all. I've always loved Rufio's cool gamer station, and I'm extremely saddened to hear that he's considering moving soon. We've had the same classic Rufio setup for the past, God, how long has it been now? 8 years or something?
Mutated over the years,
yeah,
but it's still the same thing.
Always been the same room. It's changed around, but yeah, it's not going to feel the same if he ends up moving. He's claiming he's moving to a house.
That's really about it. I don't do it for the views. I don't do it for the likes. I don't do it for the grandiose need for validation. I don't do that anymore. Nowadays, I just do it to keep I guess I don't know, like a public source diary of all the cool things I've done in video games or things that I've thought about in my house or whatever, you know, whatever else comes along with that. But no, it's just for me. It's like a personal log, like a captain's log, you know, like.
Right. Like a man's log, like the type of log that comes from a man.
This is
a personal type of log that happens from only a man.
So this is kind of my captain's log, you know?
I guess this is the video where it became a captain's log.
But no, how do I do it? I just be myself. That's it.
Do you think he even knows that's from Star Trek, or is that, there's no shot, right?
I just stay true to myself and call it as I see it and say what's on my mind.
What'd you say from Chris Chan?
It's from Christian.
Yeah, that's where he got it.
And confidence is key. You know, you got to be willing to risk being offensive if you're going to be an intellectual. You know, like that's common knowledge at this point. Anyway, All right, stay awesome in a ninja, drink coffee, be awesome, be excellent. I will see you in another video. I am sorry if you were offended by the last video. This is my attempt to make up for it.
What was the last? Now I want to see that last video. Fuck!
No.
We're going to have to watch it on the Pizza Fund only Primo episode later this week.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay awesome and ninja. This is how to be yourself in this captain's log.
So make sure you're a ninja.
I'll catch you in another one. Peace.
With the bare feet with the long pants.
Best acting today. That's fucking
not bad at all. Looking good.
Okay, hang on one more time. Some of you may not be familiar yet with Rufio's outro. So he's barefoot, he's pregnant, and he is dressed like the Devil May Cry, and he has a guitar on his shoulder. And I think the most important thing to remember when you watch this is that a human being had to film it. They had to hold a phone and record it. And they did it, by the way, vertically. Thank you for that, or else we wouldn't know about the feet.
And the ladies' pleather pants.
Yeah. They also, I don't know if they're vaping. There seems to be some sort of smog in front of the camera. Yeah, and he tries his damnedest to stay still to get this shot, but he's having so much fun. He gives this little smirk. He looks over at the camera during it. Oops, I caught you. A little smirk. See, this is why Rufio's got to hook back up with me, is because I could take this, and as awesome as it already is, I could make it 1,000 times better. You know, I could put him in any sort of scene. I could drop him into Halo. He could be dancing with John Halo, his favorite character. Anybody could be. Ladies and gentlemen, Rufio.
Halo.
Rufio Phoenix, the greatest goon of all time, and we're praying he comes back to us. Okay, so here's the deal. We are going to do a pod after show. Here's something I've noticed. A lot of everybody's copying me. Now, this isn't too unusual. That's been happening for a long time. This is one that I didn't think was going to happen because it's something that I almost felt like I shouldn't do when I did it. And now everyone's doing it. If you recall, I interviewed Destiny's Child, not the female supergroup. No, I interviewed the son of the streamer Destiny, Mr. Bonelli. And he's a child. He's like a 14-year-old. And so I thought, look at me. That's weird. I probably shouldn't do it. Now it's up for grabs, apparently. Everybody's doing it. Maybe, should I put out...
passing around that kid.
I should put mine out as like a clip, huh? On there. Like, try to you know... Because I always... This is what happens. I always do a thing, and then 2 weeks later, everybody fucking eats my lunch copying it. Nobody else was interviewing his son. Everybody thought that was weird. I broke the ice and made it okay, and did it, by the way, did it funnier than any of these people are going to do. I got a guy here, Drew Pat. You know who did it, by the way? Alex Stein. Alex Stein did it on his show. And all of these guys got him to come on camera. You'll notice on my episode, he was not on camera. I'm not asking a child to come on camera, you know? We're already on Discord. This is bad enough. I had to delete him immediately afterward, hide the evidence. So Alex Stein did it. I got this guy, Drew Pavlu, which is like a real physiognomy check on this one. And then another guy called Tyson Hockley. He's everywhere. Nathan. His name's Nathan, by the way, Destiny's son. Nathan is everywhere. And why? Number one, because he's out here heiling Hitler. And number 2, because PodAwful fucking did it first. So in the Pod After show, we're going to watch a little bit of everybody copying me and interviewing Destiny's Son. This one's called Debating Destiny's Son About Hitler. Two of the greatest minds of our time coming together for the ultimate debate. Was Hitler? We'll find out from Drew Pavlu. Thank you to the people watching live. Thank you to the henchmen for joining me here. PodAwful.pizza if you would like to watch the Pod After show live with us. We'll see you over there. We will get that set up in just a few minutes. Give me a few minutes and we'll be live. Till next time, have an awful day. Bye, henchmen.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
I'm glad RoboCam's back.
It's been back for several episodes.
Like 1?
Like 3?
It hasn't been 3.
Dirk has to have sex with
Arguing with the man on his own show, on his own intro about his show.
I'm not gonna fuck me.
But you won't fuck a
not the
woman.
intro.
I shove my microphone up his ass. I'm not gonna fuck me. Hey, baby, fuck me loud! None of your fucking business around! I'm tired of you abusing me! Hello! It's a mental illness to be transgender. I am partly a woman. I am so severely mentally disabled, I don't know how to use